Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
I'm Todd Anderson.
And we've got a Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us.
I have a question.
What is that?
Are you ever gonna trick Rob into saying something funny?
We have fun with it from time to time.
Okay.
I need the inspiration needs to strike.
Okay. Well, you have a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Sometimes I use him to burn Corey. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Usually.
So you say Corey sucks, Rob, and he'll say, oh yeah,
Corey sucks, Rob.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I get it. All right. That's cool.
Yeah. We'll have you do the intro for the second segment. We'll see what you come up with.
All right. Can do. All right. What are we doing today? I'm here to play some Magic. What's up?
Yeah, we had so much fun on the Tuesday show doing the King of the Hill format. We thought we would run it back for this one, though rather than playing for the top decks in the Modern metagame, we're just playing 4 cool decks that we think have some potential from the latest League dump. So these are not top tier decks. Some of them you might be familiar with, but they are decks that I think were well built and look pretty cool, and we want to see how they do.
Yeah, I think it's important when you play Modern to kind of approach it with an open mind. If you play a league on Magic Online, you're probably going to run into at least 3, sometimes 4, even 5 different decks out of those 5 matches. And while sometimes they share similar cards, the cores of the deck are usually vastly different.
Yeah, so and there's just so many options, and important not to get sort of stuck in your ways.
Yeah.
So the 4 decks that we are going to play with today, the one closest to me here is an Elves list, but very different from the Elves list that we've seen in the past in Modern. No Azuri, no Elvish Archdruid. So much lower curve and utilizing Realm Walker and Sylvan Anthem. So the scries from the Anthem let you keep churning through your deck and setting the top of your library with more creatures. And then a lot of cheap creatures that make mana, so you can keep going off that way. So
yeah, the very first league I played, whenever MH2 came out, my second or third round opponent was playing Realm Waker and Sylvan Anthem, and just on turn 4 just played his whole deck, and I died.
Yeah, that's how that
I did not win the next turn.
Yeah, so you really can set up turns that make it feel like you're playing Legacy Elves with Glimpse of Nature. So really cool stuff there. To the what is that? Counterclockwise. Going counterclockwise around the circle. We've got an affinity deck, but this is one that plays Neoform.
Yes.
There's a lot of 7-drops in the deck now with Thought Monitor and Sojourners, whatever, upgraded Mirror Enforcer. Along with the 1 Mirror Enforcer, there's 9 7-drops in the deck that you can cast early, and so Neoform just finds Craterhoof Behemoth to kill people.
Yeah, it seems pretty good. My initial thoughts when I saw Neoform in decks like this, I was like, oh, you could get a Gristlebrand and then draw 7 cards and then play all your free Mirror Enforcers and stuff. And it's like, no, let's just kill them. Let's just get Craterhoof Behemoth and deal them 47 damage for 2 mana. That's pretty good, especially when you get to sack a Thought Monitor. It already drew 2 cards. That's pretty great.
Yeah, definitely a cool way for this deck to go over the top. I know people were playing Affinity shortly after Modern Horizons 2 came out, and it was mainly because everyone was so enamored with Urza Saga. And I think those Affinity decks were kind of the first sign that Urza Saga wasn't going to be completely busted, because those decks were they're just not powerful enough, really. And so getting that combo finish goes a long way towards pushing the deck over the top into the appropriate power level for the format.
Yep. Next up, we have a Golgari deck. I'm showing Witherbloom Command to show you that it's Golgari, but really it's an Urza Saga deck. This is a really interesting take. It's very similar to the Gruul versions and Jund versions we've seen of this archetype, where you're kind of this fair game plan that just happens to play Urza Saga with some recurring elements or ways to tutor for it. This one specifically is playing Elvish Reclaimer. Use that to just keep chaining Urza Sagas over and over again, as well as just have a really efficient creature that acts as a toolbox, so you can have your one of Jukabog. You can even, if you have Life from the Loam going, you can get a Baron Moor or something, and then sack it and start churning it to draw extra cards. But yeah, this is it's not quite like Zoomer Golgari. It's just a very interesting build of Golgari midrange.
Yeah, and the thing I like most about it is how well it uses Witherbloom Command, being able to rebuy Urza Sagas from the graveyard with that first mode. It goes a long way towards making that card really good.
I've seen Witherbloom Command do great things in Legacy. Now, usually when you have things that reference converted mana costs of creatures or permanents that you have to interact with, like Abrupt Decay. The lower it is, the better it's going to be in like Legacy or Modern, because the average converted mana cost just kind of shrinks when you have a larger card pool. So Wither Bloom Command, able to destroy a permanent with mana value 2 or less, is pretty cool.
Yeah, and then finally we have a 5-color aggro deck, sort of a bigger aggressive deck. This is using, as you see, the face-up card General Ferris Rockerick, and I've seen a lot of versions of this deck play a bunch of mana creatures, different hierarchs and Birds of Paradise and things like that. I like that this list isn't. It's focusing more on getting a Triome on turn 1, and then having all 5 land types on turn 2. So you can play Scion of Draco, you can play Territorial Kavu as a 5/5, and the Ferris plan comes online a little bit later. But very powerful deck. Is sometimes prone to stumbling because the curve is a little bit high. But the General Ferris is a really, really strong payoff.
Yeah, General Ferris, it actually tricks me all the time. In my brain, it has protection for multicolor because you can't kill it with monocolored removal spells, but it can get blocked by monocolored creatures. So be very careful when you're playing with a card. Make sure you don't just run it into the ground on accident or whatever.
Yeah.
It's gotten me multiple times.
For like a week, I was watching whenever I was watching a stream and the person was playing General Ferris. Why aren't they attacking? Like, they can't. Yeah. The opponent has no multicolored blockers. Like, just attack. Just every time.
All right, so I guess you can roll the wheel first, and we'll see which deck you get to play with starting.
Yeah, so I'll use the blue indicator, and whatever color I land on, that'll be the deck that I play. So
looks like you get red. So you get the affinity deck. Oh, I wanted to play that one. Oh well. All right, and my indicator is green. But, sorry.
I got you. Where will it land?
Hopefully not the same one as yours.
Looks like you're getting green.
Okay, so we're going to have the Golgari Witherbloom deck versus the Neoform Affinity deck to start.
Also,
and what's up?
You should have these marbles.
Oh, I should have the marbles. Oh, is that you're going to make a big show of it when you win them back, even though you didn't do a big ceremony when I won them?
Yep.
Yeah, that's about right. Feels great. These decks are relatively unsorted, or sorry, my deck is very sorted, and I'm going to need to shuffle a bit. So if you got anything from chat for us, Rob, in the meanwhile, great. If not, we can always fill time talking about the universe. It's pretty big.
As you were educating yourself yesterday, or Tuesday. So yeah, we did have one question already. Is Unholy Heat just so much better than Fatal Push that it pushes Fatal Push out of the meta, or is the meta right now just favoring Unholy Heat?
Well, I think the issue is that it's not a one-to-one comparison. It's the cards that you surround Unholy Heat with that have made it really strong. The red 1-drops, and you also have Lightning Bolt. So once you're that red heavy, you're incentivized to play even more red removal, so your mana base is more consistent. But there is something to be said for Unholy Heat being able to hit Planeswalkers that Fatal Push cannot.
Yep. On top of that, I'll also say that I think black and red both shine as support colors because if you're a white core deck, you want to like lean into either red or black for removal because white removal is traditionally kind of bad. And when you have two colors that are traditionally great at being a support color, like being the removal colors black and red, sometimes you just got to pick one. And right now, like the red core of Dragon's Rage Channeler, Ragavan, Lightning Bolt, Unholy Heat is just so incredible. Like it's just an overwhelmingly strong. And so red has, instead of being a support color, has become a core color.
Yeah, it is the core color of mid-range decks.
Yeah. And if you can play Unholy Heat instead of Fatal Push, you should. Like it's because it's just already on color, like the correct color.
Yeah.
All right. Roll C goes first. It's a new day.
Sure.
It's a new day. I'm sorry. I know I have the marbles. I need all the help I can get, though. 6. You also went first every match last week, so or on Tuesday.
It didn't really help me. 10.
Well, you say it didn't help you. And you're
Jesus.
right. It didn't help.
Welcome to Dice Rolling Live.
Yeah. Darn. All right, you go first.
Got him.
There's 4 in a row. You've gone first. Okay.
This hand looks awful. I have
Okay.
too many lands. None of them are artifacts, and I have this stupid Crater Hoof Behemoth in my hand. And I have this stupid Crater Hoof Behemoth in my hand.
Is there only one behemoth in the deck?
There's two.
There's two. That's good. All right, my hand is kind of weird, but I'm gonna keep it. I know that since he has sevens in his hand, like Thoughtseize actually, or not in his hand, in his deck, like Thoughtseize is actually not that dead. Like he can't just empty his hand on turn one very easily. Now, if he does like mulligan to 5, there's a good chance he plays 5 cards on turn 1, and then all my discard spells are bad. But we're gonna keep. Plus, I can always cast them later after he resolves something like
Thought Monitor.
Thought Monitor. Yeah.
Also got some Thought Casts, so plenty of card draw over here.
All right, what you got for me, Robbo?
So we're starting to see some questions about new cards rolling in, but
hit me with him.
Somebody had one here about a modern deck that I know Ross is pretty high on. But what do you think about 4-color creativity? It seems now that there are a few ways to take it, and the Sunday Challenger took first with 1 Emrakul and 1 Volmakis. Do you believe that is the best way to go forward with the deck right now?
I like just playing Emrakul and cutting all the time walks. I can see in a slower metagame a version with Time Warp, 1 Velomachus, 1 Emrakul being better, but in general, I would default towards the list that gets to play the maximum number of interactive spells.
Yeah, I'm pretty high on the 1 or 2 Emrakul versions, just because they also just like get to play Nahiri and are just kind of function like a normal control deck. You just have creativity plus the fetchable red land to make a dwarf. But you just get to play a normal control deck, but you just have a 4-mana show and tell or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, we got a keepable 6 here. I got to put Crater of Behemoth on the bottom.
Oh, that's a good mulligan rule. I say so myself.
I'll lead on a Tanglepool Bridge and a Welding Jar and a Paradise Mantle.
Okay, draw. All right, I'm gonna take 2.
18.
And there's a chance that he doesn't have any hits for Inquisition, but I think I want to Inquisition first so that my Thoughtseize is likely to take something next turn also.
Oh, you got to hit my plating.
Frogmite Sojourner, can you play both next turn? Maybe not. Hopefully not.
Definitely not.
Here you
go. Okay.
Oh, I should
drum.
I should do this.
Sure. That'll let me play this Frogmite.
We sold those for DRC.
I can make a mana and equip Frogmite with Paradise Mantle, I guess.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, let me see your top. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Untap. Draw bubble. Draw for turn. That's good. All right. Thoughtseize your Sojourner. I'm at 16. And then I'll play an Elvish Reclaimer and say go.
Just no lands in the graveyard.
That's correct. Just none.
That's a good draw, huh? So I can make mana with the Mantle and the Bridge and Thought Monitor.
Yeah, it's not bad. And then you have the mana from the Thought Monitor and the Springleaf Drum if you want it.
Yep. Let's play Spire of Industry. And I guess I could do that.
Well, he's got Neoform hit me for 6.
For 8, but
Oh, sure.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
I'll take a point from the Spire, but go to 19. It's not going to get like that much better next turn. So it enters with a counter on it. It gets +2/+2 from its own trigger. Attack for 8.
Yep.
So now
9?
you're at 8. 2 Thoughtseizes, right? Or Thoughtseize
No.
Shock, I mean.
Thoughtseize Shock, and you said hit me for
8.
Yeah, sorry.
So you're at 8, I'm at 19.
Okay.
Pass the turn. Bet you wish your Fatal Pushes were on Holy Heats.
I don't have Fatal Pushes in my hand, so that doesn't matter. You jerk.
Thought Monitor is kind of busted.
Yeah, Thought Monitor is excellent. All right, I'm going to cycle Baronmore. Oh, that's cheeks. Booty cheeks right there. It only has trample that one time, right?
Correct.
All right, I'm going to play a Tranquil Thicket and another Reclaimer. I'm going to probably have to chump block with one. Let's say go. Guess I could double block the Frogmite and take 6 down to 2.
Yeah, I will be attacking with both of my creatures.
All right, double block.
Let's regen the Frogmite.
Okay, I'll take 6. I'm at 2.
Brings you to 2, and I will play Urza Saga.
Ugh. Blah.
Pass the turn.
That's supposed to be like my trick whenever I have control, but man, that turn 2 Crater Hoof was quite strong. Turn 2 Crater Hoof in the face of
turn
2
3,
discard
right?
spells.
It's turn 2 Frogmite, turn 3.
You went. Oh, you're right. But,
yeah, they go from no hand to attacking you with an 8/8.
pretty good. Pretty good. All right, I don't know how big this is, but I think it's big enough.
I've got artifact, creature, sorcery, and you have land. It's a 4/5.
Just a 4/5. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right, also play a Nihil Spellbound. Here you go.
Okay, so you got to block both things. You can eat my Frogmite and then chump the Crater Hoof. Second chapter on the saga. And you can't, if this double block doesn't really do anything because it's only 5 power, so no reason to attack with the Frogmite. Just attack with Crater Hoof and then just draw land.
All right, draw for turn. That was interesting. No, I'm still dead, I think. So I have EE and explosives. I just don't have enough mana to do both. And I'm at 2, so I can't really do much, I don't think. Okay, GG.
Yeah, you just get to kill the Crater Hoof and die to Giant Trampling Construct.
Yep.
Because I'm going to get Shadow Spear.
Yeah. Look, buddy, you had a great draw, okay? No one's complaining.
I just want to let the folks at home know what was going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was more I was at 2, and you had 2 creatures that were 2 or more power, and I could not deal with all of them. Block 1, kill 1, die to the Urza Saga token. All right, what you got for me, Rob? Anything fun?
Yeah, we got a question about one of the new cards here.
Hit me.
Let me bring this up in a way that I can actually read it to you. So, Tovalor, Dire Overlord, 1 green red for a 3/3.
Yep. Whenever the human or wolf deals damage, draw a card.
Yep.
And then
transform.
Well, it's wolf or werewolf.
Wolf or werewolf.
Yeah. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more wolves and or werewolves,
Transform.
it becomes night. Then transform any number of human werewolves you control. And then it's daybound. And so on the flip, whenever a wolf or werewolf you control enters the combat damage, or you still draw a card, deals combat damage. And then X green red, target wolf or werewolf you control gets
That's
plus
like
X plus O and gains trample until end of turn. And it's a 4/4.
Yeah. I mean, all those cards I think really shine if they are easy to transform or not. And that one seems like in a dedicated werewolf deck or wolf deck, if you just have a ton of like 1 and 2 wolves that are cheap, it'll be great. But if they just do what they've always done where they don't push those types of mechanics and there's just like not a whole lot of good tribal synergy, like, if there's not a whole lot of Mayor Averbrooks coming back, things like that, it's probably going to be kind of bad, is my guess. But
Upkeep trigger is 3 total wolves, not other.
yeah, it counts itself.
Counts itself.
So if you go 1 drop, 2 drop, that, and attack, you get some cards.
Yeah,
like,
you'll
acts
transform
like
on 4.
Edric or whatever.
Also,
It's
the
not bad.
Planeswalker, Arlen makes 2 wolves on the -3, so that automatically gets you up to
Yeah, but
the territory to trigger it.
aren't they both 4 drops? So it's like kind of fighting.
This
over
is a
each other?
3-drop.
Oh, you're right. But it only triggers on upkeep. I don't know.
Sure.
It's maybe. It seems like it's okay. It just depends on the surrounding cast.
Yeah.
Like
Because
every other
it's a
tribal
tribal
card
card,
that's ever
yeah.
existed.
But it's definitely an intriguing one.
Yeah. I would say that if you're a fan of werewolves, it's one of the better ones printed. It's probably it might be this format's Huntmaster of the Fells, but Huntmaster was really cool because it was interesting in like a blue control deck where you could like pass the turn without playing a spell and transform it pretty easily. And it had an enters the battlefield effect, which is always good.
Yeah. This one's not going to do similar things as Huntmaster.
Right. It's just I'm saying it's like power level wise, it might be similar. So. All right, I'm on 6.
I'm keeping my 7.
All right, I don't foresee this Bajuka Bog doing much, so I'm gonna put it on the bottom.
I foresee it tapping for black mana.
All right, fetch and play Inquisition. I think I'm just gonna get a swamp. This deck doesn't have a whole lot of double black.
You're at 19.
I already have a forest. So. All right, what should I take? I'm not looking yet.
Oh.
2 drums, 2 Memnites, a Neo, a Saga, and a Monitor. So I guess I'll just take Neoform and hope that draws something to deal with that. I guess I could take both Memnites, and then I have a Fatal Push for one of them. That just seems so bad. Yeah, I'll take Neoform.
Good.
Here you go. I'm at 19. 2 drums and 2 Memnites. Go.
Play a drum. Yeah, play 2 Memnites. Use 1 drum to play the other one, and then tap for blue and play Thoughtcast.
Cool. Love this game.
You can go.
Magic's cool, man. It's cool and fun.
That was a good draw.
Yeah. I guess push 1. I'll play Saga and say go.
Okay, draw chapter 2. So I have 3 artifacts and 3 mana. Well, that's sad.
That's why I kill 1.
Hold on then.
It maybe should have been why I should also maybe have killed the other thing too.
Yeah, I guess I just go island, go, and start making constructs.
Yep. Draw chapter 2. I guess I should also be making constructs because killing Memnite. I guess killing Memnite means your Springleaf drums are slightly worse, or you can't attack. But I think I just have to try to get the value out of this. Your turn.
Okay.
Or I'll play this too because I can make my construct a 2/2.
So instead, make a construct. And draw. And do I want to make another construct? I think I just want to float a colorless. Yeah, I'll float 1. And
I guess in response to the trigger, I should make a thing just in case
Sure.
you go get Needle for some reason. Or what am I doing? I'm going to do that next turn, sorry.
what do I want to get?
You have an Ether Spellbomb?
I do.
Your Spellbomb might be tight. Just bounce my contract. Bot me. Bot me 1.
I'm going to get Gingerbrute.
Okay. A little bit beat down. That's one of the cool things about Saga and those Affinity decks. Just sometimes you just get to get a cheap creature. You know?
Definitely. And the 1 Gingerbrute is kind of neat with cranial plating. Gives you just an evasive threat to find.
Yup.
It's a good bit of deck building there. So I have the 1 colorless in pool. I have 5 artifacts. Let's play Thought Monitor.
Okay.
Then I will play Memnite. Then I will play 2 Sojourner's Companions. And then I will play Neoform. Is this good? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think we found a lopsided matchup, is what I think we found.
2, 5.
This is outrageous. All right,
8.
you win.
This is an 8-8.
You
Or
win.
15, 15.
You win. You win. It's over. Stop. He's already dead.
36. Attack for 43.
Stop.
Oh, sorry. 44.
He's already dead. Okay. Well, we're going to, I guess, go to sideboarding here and see if I have anything that can help me because that was an impressive 2 games where Ross just completely raffle stopped me. So yeah, take like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, however long you usually
take a quick break, set up some sideboarding, and see if you can start doing some things. I've definitely been drawing pretty well, but
yeah. If you got any questions about new cards that have been previewed today from Innistrad Midnight Hunt, make sure to @StarCity Games in the chat. You can ask a question about the cards. Rob will read them to us, and we'll give our initial impressions or tell you whether or not they're good. Anyway, we'll be right back. All right, we're back here for sideboarding. I'll start because mine's pretty clean. Elvish Reclaimer is a card that is great for when games go super long. Against Affinity, probably not going to happen one way or another. So we're going to be trimming those. We drew multiple in game one. I just never had remotely enough time to activate it. On top of that, I think it's good when you're playing against a deck like Affinity to shave down on your aggressive elements a bit. And Reclaimer being one of our primary win conditions, I think trimming that and just relying on something simple like Tarmogoyf to get the job done so that it helps elevate my discard spells and my removal spells. Hopefully it's good enough. Force of Despair, I think, is going to be excellent at helping me interact with those Neoform turns, as well as just stopping those really explosive draws that feature multiple creatures on the first or second turn. Injure Explosives number 2 is going to come in to help out against the opposing Urza Sagas and a bunch of the 0s and 1 mana artifacts. It's another reason why we're cutting Reclaimer, because E on 1's quite good against Raw sometimes. And then 2 Seal Primordium as just a generic disenchant to help out too.
Yeah, and on my side of things, I want to play the one Gristlebrand and make a split with Craterhoof in this matchup. Any matchup that I think my opponent's going to interact a lot with me, I think you're going to sometimes be forced to Neoform on low resources. I was able to successfully do that with Craterhoof in game 1, but I don't think you can rely on that. And in that situation, getting Gristlebrand will just be game-ending every time. And then I want the Dispatches just to clear out those Tarmogoyfs, make sure my little creatures can get in there. Trimming around the edges a little bit. I think Paradise Mantle is probably the worst card in the deck. Memnite is worse than Ornithopter whenever your opponent has a reasonable number of blockers. And then trimming the one Mirror Enforcer, I think we can get away with 8/7 drops.
Sure. All right. Any questions about new cards before we get into the next game, Mr. Rob?
Yeah, so the land cycle for our new Innistrad set is Allied Colored, and it's these cards enter the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. So what do you think about this as a cycle of rare duels?
So they're essentially just the opposite of Seachrome Coast and the fast land cycle. Heard a lot of people already calling them slow lands. I think that's a pretty good moniker. I think they're going to be great in mid-range decks and control decks because they're going to function very similarly to like Glacial Fortress and things like that. However, I think they're going to be absolutely horrific in aggressive decks. So you just got to be careful how you build your mana bases. You know, these are probably going to suffer from a similar problem to the Show Me lands from the last time we were in Innistrad.
Shadows over Innistrad.
Yeah. Shadows over Innistrad. They were not very good. And I think these lands are significantly better than those, but still not entering on the first couple turns is usually when you really need your dual lands to shine. That's why they're so potent in older formats with fetch lands and such.
Yeah, and it's really what helps make multicolor aggressive decks work, because then you can really diversify your threat base on the early parts of the curve. And if my dual land isn't entering tapped on the first 2 turns, then I need to homogenize the first 2 slots in the curve and focus on my main color. And once I'm doing that, then I might as well just be a monocolor deck.
Yep. All right. Now, I've been wrong before, and I don't think the lands are bad. I think they're quite good. I just think that they are
good.
They are not good for aggro strategies.
Yeah, so. Maybe they're good for like monocolored aggressive decks with a light splash. But
all right, my hand is great.
Great has been called.
Yeah.
My hand is not great, but I'm gonna keep it.
Here you
go. Spire Drum.
Okay.
You're up.
Draw. Oof. I'm going to get a forest because with the Urborg in play, it's essentially the same as an Overgrown Tomb. And doesn't deal me damage. And I could have played Rainforest first, but I didn't necessarily want to play Sagon 2 in case I needed to be more interactive. So I'm just going to play Tarmogoyf here while Ross's shields are down, and then I'm going to try to ride my interaction to victory.
Little baby Goyf? Okay.
Little baby Goyf.
That'll let me start doing things at least. I'll play Ornithopter.
Oh, crap. Am I going to die this turn?
No.
You just going to Gristlebrand me on 2, bro?
I'm just going to Cranial
That's
Plate.
it?
Nope. Yeah, that's it. You're up.
Okay. You said nope. I was like, huh? What?
You confused me, Todd.
I'm so sorry. All right. Saga. I'm going to get a Seal of Primordium. And I'm gonna Fatal Push the Ornithopter. So this is 4.
Yep.
Seal could be 5. So he's light on mana. I think I'm gonna kill this just to get an extra point. And it slows his affinity count down a bit too. So attack for 5, put you 15.
Yep.
Also shrinks the clock by 1, which I think is a big deal.
Okay. Drew an Ornithopter.
Tight.
And I'll play 2-mana Frogmite.
All right.
You're up.
Draw. All right, let's go Thoughtseize. It's all spells, obviously. So
Yeah.
dispatch, you have to have what? Metalcraft's 3.
Which I do have.
Yeah. But I'm just going to make some Saga tokens, and they're just going to be almost as big as Tarmogoyf eventually. So kind of just want to take Thoughtcast. Yeah, let's take Thoughtcast. 8 for 5.
I will go to 10.
All right, I'm going to play an EE on 0. I'm going to blow it up. And yeah, just play a ticket.
Okay.
Your turn.
Really need to draw an artifact here.
Hoping I get to do this Loris stuff soon.
Oh, I drew an Ornithopter, as I've
That's
done every
pretty
other
good.
turn.
Yeah.
I will make a white and do this now, so Todd can't draw a removal spell.
Mhm.
And get in for 2 with the Frogmite.
All right, I'm at 17?
15.
Or 15 from Thoughtseize.
Yeah, so 15 for you, 10 for me, and then I'll pass.
All right, untap.
Yes, didn't really get off the ground in this game.
Draw. Trigger this. Make a construct.
Yep.
Right. I don't think Nile Spellbound matters. Bauble can cycle as well. It's probably just going to be Bauble. I don't think Shadow Sphere is that great here. I'm at like a pretty high life total, and I'm not going to be in about that life. And then I'm going to play a Saga. And I'm going to play a Dark Confidant off the Urborg.
Okay.
And this was made this turn, so sure go.
I will go to 9 and dispatch the Dark Confidant on the end step.
Okay.
Draw. Let's artifact land cycling the Sojourner's Companion.
Okay. I don't know your last card, right? You just drew it?
No, I just drew it. Get a Tanglepool Bridge and play it. And do I want to offer this trade?
Well, my guy's going to be bigger next turn, so
Yeah. Attack
probably
2.
13.
Pass turn.
Okay. I don't really need to bobble, I don't think. So I'll just draw. Take this up to 2.
Make sure we know this is in the companion zone. Don't think I'm beating all these construct tokens.
You say that now. Attack for 3.
I got a 6.
Had you at 10?
I took 1 to cast dispatch
from
on
the
the last end
spires.
step.
Okay. And if I play the Saga now, if I draw a land, I can double activate. So maybe I should pop Bobble just to and do it so I can just get more constructs in play probably. They'll be a little smaller, but I think it's better. Like I can wait till I fully use this one before I play Saga, but then I have like a turn where I skip playing making a construct, and I think that's kind of bad.
Yeah. Okay. Razortide Bridge. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. So pay 2 for this Sojourner's Companion.
Mm-hmm.
And pass the turn.
All right, I'm going to take a look at your top card.
Is it Neoform?
No. All right, draw for Bobble, draw for turn. Trigger. See, I'll do this. Make a construct. Let's go to. And let's get another bubble. Too bad we don't have the ability to play Pyrite Spell Bomb in this version. That'd be cool. And it's not going. My bad. I will shock to play Overgrown Tomb. Puts me to 11.
Yep.
Then I'll attack with the 2 that can attack because they are potentially 5/5s.
Yeah. I will.
Double block one.
No, I'm gonna jump one with the Frogbite.
Okay. Before damage, I'm definitely doing this. So I might as well just get in the extra point.
Yeah.
So we'll hit you for 5.
Brings
Put
me
you
to 1.
Your
I just need this card to be Neoform, but Todd told me that's not what it is.
it's a Gristlebrand.
Not even sure Gristlebrand would have been good enough there as an 8/8 because you were just gonna have 4 6/6s attacking.
Look, buddy.
I guess
I laughed when I saw it. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, Gristlebrand actually wasn't even good enough. Maybe should have mulliganed my hand.
On the draw, it was maybe okay. It was close.
Yeah, really needed to draw an artifact land.
It's weird how important the artifact lands are in that deck, even though they enter tapped. I've seen some versions that aren't playing the Neoform stuff, and they don't have as many of the 7-drops, but the artifact lands just look horrible every time. But in that build with so many 7-drops, I think they're just necessary and great.
Yeah, and you're also need 2 different colors of mana for Neoform, so you got it being a dual land also important.
All right, what you got for me, Rob?
Next up, we have a question. Somebody asked a question about this card, and somebody also said that all they wanted to see was Ross rant about this card.
All right, let's go.
Let me actually find it so I can make sure I'm reading all of the text correctly. Just wouldn't want to, or it's just
wouldn't want to make a mistake. We've never done that on this show.
Yeah, mistakes
never
are
made a mistake before.
Not for us.
Galvanic Iteration. Blue and a red for an instant. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. And flashback, 1 blue and a red.
You first.
I'm not particularly high on this card. I don't think forks usually play very well. It's a card that kind of reads like Snapcaster Mage, but Snapcaster Reeves is something that you cast earlier in the game, and this requires you to have the card that you want it to become also in your hand, and also the mana to cast it. So I'm not super high on it, but I don't know, there are a good number of cheap spells in this set, like the new Opt that surveils instead of scries, the Shock that scries when it goes upstairs. So maybe with enough cheap spells it can be good.
Do you remember the card Mission Briefing?
Yes. It was not good.
It was not. I hated it. I made fun of it all the time. People in my chat, whenever I would be playing a blue deck, people would be like, why aren't you playing Mission Briefing? It's basically Snapcaster Mage. And I would have to explain to them that the reason why Snapcaster Mage was good is because it had a 2/1 body attached to it. And Galvanic, what's it called? Galvanic Relay? Galvanic Iteration. This is not Mission Briefing. It is better because it has flashback. And if you told me that Mission Briefing also had flashback, I would say maybe it is good. Maybe. And the flashback's not that much more expensive. It's only 1 more mana to flash it back. So in a dedicated deck that spells matter, we just had a set where copying things ended up doing extra triggers too. So there could be some stuff there. I think it's definitely interesting. Plus, any card that you have that says whenever you copy something, you get an extra trigger, very similar to like the old the Rouse Eric from a couple years ago. You can play a clone or a fork and then play another fork, and then they can infinitely copy each other. Like you get these like little mini infinite combos with 2 forks where you actually just can kill your opponent.
Yeah, so in combination with Magecraft, that is a good point. It synergizes with Magecraft. Maybe you do something with Demi-Lich. So if there's enough of a supporting cast, I can see this card, but it will require a very dedicated home.
Oh, absolutely. But the dedicated plays many spells. You can't have 1 turn strategy. That's right up my alley. All right, I did technically mulligan. My hand was 5 lands.
Okay, well, I will be mulliganing as well because this hand is terrible.
All right, well, this 6 is much better. And I'll just put... well, I can't cast Witherbloom command, so I should probably put that one on bottom. This stupid Ghost Quarter's ruining my life. I hate Ghost Quarter so much as a Magic the Gathering card. I think that it sucks. I wish they would just... I would rather than put Wasteland in every format than have Ghost Quarter. I just think that it's terrible. And I hate it.
Why do you hate Ghost Quarter so much?
Because it doesn't do anything. Because you never activate it, and it taps for colorless mana. The only time you ever activate it is when your opponent is about to kill you with Inkmoth Nexus. That's like the only time. And even then, it's like, well, it tapped for colorless the whole time. I could have been casting color spells with it.
Got to be Tron
That's all I'm
somehow.
saying. All right, I'm going to put back Witherbloom command. I'm sad about it. Actually, should I just put back the Tarmogoyf? Man, I don't know. Because I want to keep the Witherbloom command. I'm on the draw. You just want to keep sevens? Is your hand good as a 7?
It's not.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it.
Well, do you want to keep it as a 7? Look, we can do whatever we want.
I think I'm just going to put one of these back.
Fine. Fun.
Yeah, this is a no fun show.
Yeah, well, I feel like we should maybe change that because it's a show.
Yeah, but Ross is out here trying to get the marbles back.
That's fair. Oh man, you know what's cool about Blood Chief's Thirst is that it's a sorcery. Go. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah. Citadel, cranial plating, pass the turn.
Sure.
Very threatening cranial plating with no creatures.
Look, buddy.
I'm not your buddy guy.
Yeah. Oh man, Ghost Quarter really looking like it's gonna kill some lands over there. Wow. Sorry, I'm not trying to be like that. I'm gonna get a swamp and play Tarmogoyf.
1, 2.
It's not my fault. I didn't build this deck.
Okay. Spire of Industry, cranial plating, Springleaf Drum, Memnite. Use drum to equip a plating to the Memnite.
Are you quite finished?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'm just looking for my swamp still.
It's a 7/1
You
Memnite.
played 3 spells?
Yeah.
You have 1 card in hand?
Yep.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm okay.
If you can kill the Memnite, which
Yeah, I can kill them.
I assume you can.
Easy clap. Easy.
I can't wait for the clip to be Todd's like, oh, maybe I'm okay, and then just dies next turn.
All right. Thoughts easy.
Got him.
That's fine. That's, honestly, best case scenario, if I'm being honest.
You're at 18.
You just have all creatures. I'm just going to Blood Chief's Thirst that.
Todd's at 17, right? Because he fetched.
I have 19 plus Thoughtseize 17, yes?
Yeah.
All right.
I missed the fetch.
And then hit you for however many this is.
4. Artifact, creature, land, sorcery. So I'm at 16. So we got 16 to 17.
Sure. That's what it sounds like you got. That's what
Come
I got.
on, Ginger Brute. What that would be lethal, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no. It would be
You think
15.
you can do 17 to me right now?
Ginger Brute would be too short.
Well, I guess I should have paid more attention.
Play Tanglepool Bridge and Welding Jar.
All right. That's fine. That's fine.
You played Pachuca Bog? Is that like turn...
Oh, no, I did. I ate your Memnite. Oh, no, I played it before I killed your Memnite.
Yeah.
Let's just say I did that because I'm not a buffoon. I mean, I am a buffoon, but let's pretend that I'm not a buffoon for at least a little while. All right, let's put Lurse in my hand and hit you for 4.
I'm at 12.
Your turn.
Come on, creature. Memnite.
That's fine. That's a good one.
Equip both platings.
Yep. I'm
You're
going
up.
to cycle a Tranquil Thicket.
I'm gonna leave up double black just in case I need to instant speed equip a plating.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right,
Can you attach to an opponent's Tarmogoyf? Is that a thing you can?
It says only attached to a creature you control.
All right, I'm gonna ask a question here. I'm gonna play this Witherbloom command, and I'm gonna ask the question: is this good? Because I'm gonna -1 toughness this, and I'm gonna shatter this, and then you're gonna be
Todd, that's a green card. I
you're-
believe
you're
the
gonna be
correct term is
Sag.
naturalize.
Sag. Well, I said shatter. Oof, that doesn't look good. Can I die to Ginger Brute, or am I safe now?
Ginger Brute is 15.
Why did Tarmogoyf grow? I already had a
Instant.
sorcery.
Oh, that's a sorcery.
I was gonna say,
I thought that was an instant.
You know. Let me see what your top card is.
Is it Thought Monitor?
All right, I'm gonna float. I'm gonna go get a green.
This is perfect. This is exactly what your ghost quarters
and then
for.
I'm gonna play Seal of Primordium, and then I'm gonna attack for 4. And then I'm gonna draw a card off Bobble, and you're gonna draw the
that's
one
8.
card that would have maybe killed me if I didn't do this. Here we go. Good thing that Seal Primordium is just chilling, you know?
Play Ginger Brute.
Yeah,
Equip both platings.
sure.
Or no. Equip one plating.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. During your end step. I'm just going to kill your Gingerbread. Cancel life.
I will gain 3 life.
Yeah.
This gives me an extra turn, but I still essentially force the removal because otherwise I can trade for the Tarmogoyf. And I couldn't equip both platings and still have the mana to do it. Oh, that's not good.
Well, you knew I did it.
I know.
Okay. Attack for this
No.
many, and then I'll draw on your upkeep.
I'm at 7. Now I need a Thought Monitor. Thought Monitor?
Oh, this should be bigger because of the seal.
Oh, yeah. So I'm at 6. And creature isn't good enough since you have Seal in the graveyard. You just kill the creature and attack me for lethal.
Correct.
Okay.
Woo!
Well, last 2 games.
Don't call it a comeback.
Kind of turned it around. Don't shuffle your companion in.
Oh, you're right. You're right. See how little I play real life Magic these days, thanks to.
We don't want you to make any mistakes and ruin our perfect record of never making mistakes.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Look, I was about to make
It's
a
a no
mistake.
mistake show.
Yeah. Look, how big of a mistake would it have been if I did not bobble you and I died?
It wouldn't have been lethal.
Well, it would have been
It would have been 15.
14 or 15 or whatever.
You would have won the game at 2 life instead of 17.
Nah. Forces would have changed. I would have died somehow, I'm sure. You just like, oh no, you don't make mistakes. Never mind. I was going to say maybe you made a mistake in counting your artifact lands, but no.
Yeah.
But no, impossible. Impossible.
We don't make mistakes here.
Yeah.
Okay, game 5. And we'll see if I can have a little bit more action here. Opening hand was Threat Light and never really recovered from that.
All right.
Let's cast some Thought Monitors this game.
That'd be cool.
Play some Urza Sagas.
Also cool.
I don't think this is good enough. Especially because I have the Craterhoof in my hand.
That's awkward.
Send it back.
All right, my 7's quite strong, I think. So I'm going to keep. It's also interesting, and I'll get to talk about it when I get to play my stuff. But while he's still shuffling, you got anything for me, Mr. Rob?
Well, I don't have any questions from chat, but I'm curious in your opinions of a new mechanic.
All right.
So far, I just kind of have it here on a common, so nothing like super impactful for standard. But it is called Disturb, and for a cost, you may cast this card from your graveyard transformed for its disturbed cost.
Ooh.
So the one here is just 1 in a blue for 2/1 with Disturb, 1 in a blue. And then the flip side is flying. If Hook on Drift will be put into the graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead, which I believe is also on another one. So that might just be part of the.
So it's
Disturb
just creature flashback.
thing, yeah. So what do
And
you
it just
think about
becomes
that
the
in general?
backside. That's awesome. As long as all the disturbs are just like, mutated versions on the backside that you just have like a temporary version of until it dies again. That's awesome. I love it. That sounds cool. I've always loved the Innistrad plane, so this is tickling my jimmies.
There's also, in white, there's a 2-mana 0/4 that has Disturb 4 white, and it becomes a 4/4 flyer, I think. Something with Vigilance, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just flashback for creatures. I mean, that's cool. I like it. How's your 6er?
Better.
Okay.
Definitely better. Not great. Put that one back. We will lead on a Shadow Spear.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I'm going to lead with the Tranquil Thicket because I have a lot of colored requirements in my hand. This Verdant Catacombs ain't cutting it without it. So
I'll play Spire of Industry,
Yep.
Welding Jar,
Yep.
Ether Spellbomb. Pass the turn.
go.
Cycle this Sojourner's Companion.
Okay.
Get a Simic Bridge and play it.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Fetch Overgrown. I'm going to decay the jar. This is just going to open up a little bit more play or interaction later on, and I can use my mana now instead of just kind of sitting on it forever.
Yep. So you're at 17.
I don't think any of my cards say can't be regenerated on them, so Welding Jar is quite good against us. There are occasions where the cards do say can't be regenerated, and Welding Jar just actually looks horrific. So, all right, Saga. I'm gonna play a EE on 1 and then blow it. Pass turn.
Oh, that's not good. I will play a Cranial Plating and pass the turn.
Draw. Do I want to make a token? Probably. My hand is like pretty threat dense, but the Saga next turn, it's going to take up so much of my mana, but I don't really have a whole lot to do anyway, so go.
You're also under no pressure. Might as well just
That's
take
the
the
big
value.
thing. Taking the value when I'm not under pressure is the big thing. You're right.
Cycle Sojourner's Companion.
That's awkward.
And we'll get Razortide Bridge and play it.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
So Ross probably has a bunch of thought monitors in hand, so that means this game's probably going to go a while. All right, so draw turn, trigger. I'll go ahead and make another one.
Find a Boblé.
Probably a Michael Bublé. How many times y'all make that joke? Like every day?
Actually, I don't know if we have.
Really? Definitely have? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. That's like feels like a Corey joke. All right, banging you for 4.
I'll take 1 and exile that construct.
Okay.
I'm a 19.
Your turn.
Okay. Oh, Memnite not bad to start with. And 3, 4, 5. So we could play a Thought Monitor.
Okay.
Maybe draw another one.
That'd be cool.
Instead, I will draw Frogmite and a Springleaf Drum.
Okay.
And I guess I'll put the plating on the Memnite.
Rob, can you get a picture of me real quick? Just like turn it on me real quick. Okay. I want to. Can we get Ross's face for 1 second? Okay. Force of Despair, baby! Let's get all your creatures out of here! Get them out of here! What the hell is that card? That was good. That was cool. I like it. You don't seem too thrilled, though. Not gonna lie. All right. Shadow Spear, Tarmogoyf hit you for 4.
I'm at 15.
Go.
And we've got land, enchantment, instant, artifact, creature. Do we have sorcery? No.
Not yet.
So 5. Frogmite, equip plating.
Okay.
You can go.
Just pulse your Frogmite, I guess. It's you for. This goes up to 6 now. 6, 10. Put you to 5.
Perfect.
Here you go.
Darksteel Citadel.
Good games, sir. Are you what? What? That was incredible. My card got to do.
Was it incredible?
Yes.
Maybe for you.
Yeah.
There were a couple poggers in chat, so it was pretty incredible, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we also got to play 5 games, which feels good.
And yeah, you crushed the post-cyber games. The cyber cards are really relevant. It's a lot of sweepers and really good interaction. It's possible that I'm supposed to just completely cut the Neoform package so that I have maximum number of artifacts and things to power through and just try to win the game with all the divinations and Urza Sagas.
Well, you didn't. Did you draw or cast Neoform in a post-cyborg game?
No.
Yeah. So I think Neoform's actually the reason why you won both games 1 and 2. Like, you just went way over the top what I was doing way too fast for me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I drew a lot better in those games. That's why I like them more.
Maybe you could sideboard like 1 or 2 more Thoughtcasts. I assume you don't have the full 4 main deck.
Yeah, it's 2 Thoughtcast, 4 Thought.
Thoughtcast is generally super good against really grindy mid-range decks like this one. So I'm just excited that I was assuming that Ross was going to kick my butt in one more post-cyborg game, and I was just going to get to do like, you know, Elf Ball versus Affinity, and we're just like trying to crater of each other as fast as possible. I'm very excited that the Golgari deck won, because now I get to keep playing it and see just how much it can interact in the right ways against these other decks. I was just assuming that this was like a fluke bad 5-0 deck or whatever, and post-cyborg games felt great. So yeah. I don't know.
So we are going to take a 5-minute break here, and we will get set up for the second match in the King of the Hill. But right now, Golgari is the deck to beat, so don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
I'm Todd Anderson.
And we've got a Rob in the booth. Say something funny, Rob.
Say something funny, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. It's another King of the Hill show here on Versus Live, and right now the King of the Hill is Golgari midrange.
I would argue that it's me. I would argue that I am the King of the Hill.
Well, we'll see if that stays for long. We got 2 other decks for me to choose from to try to take down this Golgari deck. It's going to be a 5-color aggro list with General Ferris and mono green elves. I really hope I get the elf deck. It seems so cool.
Yeah, the elf deck is pretty sweet. I don't know what's like. Why is there not an Azuri? Why is there not a Court of Calling package? Like, I feel like maybe
as low a curve as possible.
Right, but I think that's just showing you how powerful I think Realmwaker is. Like, Realmwaker just seems like nutty for a deck like that. Just generating that much mana, being able to scry your lands away with Sylvan Anthem. Like, I am very scared of that deck.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to be using the blue indicator. Let's say odd for 5-color, even gives me elves.
Okay. All right, you get odd as elves?
No, even was elves.
That's fair. I don't remember. Okay. I'm like a goldfish. I live in a bowl, and I don't remember.
So
remember
you're saying
very
Ross
much.
can't beat a goldfish right now.
Look, we'll get what's it, MTG Goldfish on the phone. We'll let him be the decider. All right.
Get your companion.
All right, so real quick question from the audience. What's your favorite Tarmogoyf art?
Future Sight.
Yeah.
If you just like zoom in on the Future Sight art, they're just like a little guy getting owned, you know, by a giant goyf, and it's great. And until you like examine the pic, like you don't really see the little guy getting owned. You know, it's kind of like the Merit Lodge token that's got Brad Nelson in the background. It's like a little guy, right? It's like, oh, that's how big Jerry's Merit Lodge token is. It's very big,
gigantic.
Plus, I love the Future Sight border. I wish they had actually moved to that border for like one set.
Yeah, my opening hand looks quite good. I will keep.
Now that we got these Reclaimers back in the deck, every time I draw one, I want to throw up. That sounds bad. I don't think that card's good without Flagstones. That's just my initial gut reaction. Every time I've drawn it, it's like, well, do I want to spend a bunch of time and mana to go get Urza Saga, which is going to take more time and mana? The answer's like, not really.
Oh.
But we'll see. I mean, I got to see it in action more. It's like good late game, right?
Yeah, that's the other cool thing about
Just
it.
keeps chaining them off.
I want to make sure I know which triumphs I have. I have Indatha and Zagoth triumph.
All right. My one lander,
Okay.
no good. Check out this one. This one's definitely keepable. I got 3 lands here. I think I want to keep all 3. We can put back a discard spell. Or maybe I should keep a discard spells. I'm sorry. Give me 1 sec.
You're good. I gotta plan out my lands. I think I figured it out.
All right.
Provided I have one of the lands. Yeah, that would make sense. I'll lead on Flooded Strand.
Okay. I will.
Oh, there it is.
Swamp Inquisition. See if I can snag a 2-drop here.
Well, I've got several of them.
Oh, that's scary.
So I'm at 19. You got a swamp, so you're at 19. I really just have 2 territorial copies. So
Well, they're both good.
you also wouldn't be able to take the other 2-drop, which is Scion.
That's true. That's true. Okay, we'll take a Kavu. They're big.
Okay.
Big and scary. 19 all.
I'm gonna go to 16 to get a Steam Vents. This gives me complete domain, but it also keeps red and green separate and blue and green separate for all of my gold cards. And I'll play a Kavu.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I'm gonna fetch a forest. I'm gonna bloom this and get back a Bloodstained Mire.
Witherbloom command does not destroy creatures.
Oh, it's non-creature. I'm so
Yes.
sorry. Never mind. Misread.
That card would be way too good.
I mean, I thought it was nuts. Well, then what do I want to do?
Can't believe you ruined our perfect record, Todd.
Look,
we had never made a
I'm
mistake.
not a regular contributor on this program anymore, okay? You can leave me alone. How about that? How about you leave me alone? I'm a Thoughtseize you.
Okay, I drew another Kavu.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to take Charlotte's Agent.
Smart.
And then I'm going to play Baron Moore instead of the Misty Rainforest. So go. I'm at 17.
You're at 7.
My whole turn reset because my stuff didn't work. Don't, leave me
You're
alone.
good. You're good. I will play Manamorphose.
Okay.
I'm going to make white green. In case I drew General Ferris there. I will just play this Kavu. And I'm going to attack, and I like my hand, so I'm going to keep it, but I will exile your Bloodstained Mire.
Smart. Smart.
Um,
So I take
5.
5.
So you're at 12.
12.
Pass the turn.
All right, chat. You may have seen this coming. You may have been seeing this coming for a whole turn, just like me.
You're at 11.
Force. Here you go.
Once again, if I hit General Ferris, I want to play that. So let's start with a Manamorphose and to make red-white. Or this makes white anyway. So let's make red and blue in case I draw a Shardless Agent, maybe?
Okay.
Red-blue. Okay, take 2 from Stomping Ground, play Bloodbraid, Cascade. So I'm at 17.
And I'm at 11 before the attack.
Yep. General Ferris.
Okay. That's
And
pretty
attack
scary.
for 3.
I'm at 8.
Yep. Pass the turn.
Okay. All right, we'll go -3, -1, and get back Rainforest.
See, mill 3.
Sure. And then I'll fetch and play a Tarmogoyf.
Fetch brings you to 7.
Yeah, I might. I think I only have one. I don't have 2 forests. That's fine. Cool. I wasn't sure if
So
I had 2.
I have land, artifact, creature, instant. And you
I
have sorcery.
and no artifact yet.
So we have 5/6.
Oh, you have an artifact.
Yeah, Shardless Agent.
Okay.
Cycle Zagoth Triumph.
Mm-hmm.
Play Sacred Foundry, tap, 10, pass the turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go Life from the Loam. These two back. And play one. Play a Grimflayer. Should be 4/4 sorcery creature. Never mind. I'm a liar. Even with this, it's only 3.
Nice. You don't have an instant?
Nope.
Yeah, I guess you just played Witherbloom Command and Maelstrom Pulse is your removal, yeah.
I think I should attack. 5 is a lot.
Yeah?
All right. 12 to 7.
Yeah, you're at 7. What do you got to be worried about? Get in there.
I don't know. But a lot of those decks play like Tribal Flames and stuff. I don't think you are, but a lot of people do. Bold Tribal Flames attacks, lethal. Now, I could have like fetched Shock to play Reclaimer, but I just didn't think it was worth.
I'll play the General Ferris. I think you have more discard spells than ways to actually kill it.
I'm at 6. I'm going to fetch for a tapped Overgrown.
Plus, I only have 6. If I had 7, I might have held it because then I can draw Bloodbraid Elf and cast both next turn. But
You going to attack?
Oh yeah, because that's just a 2/2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so 6 to 12.
Yeah.
All right, and that's just Hexproof from Monocolored, so I can still attack with Tarmogoyf. There's no fear, no free blocks.
Correct. Tarmogoyf doesn't have fear.
Okay, buddy.
All
right, bring this back. Play another Tarmogoyf, attack for 5.
I'm at 7.
And play Misty that you know about.
Come on, Bloodbraid Elf. Just Bloodbraid Elf into Shardless Agent into Manamorphose. Draw another Bloodbraid Elf. Do it again.
Yeah, just all that. Please don't.
Mountain. I'm dead.
All right.
I've got to chump block away the general, and then there's really nothing I can draw. Ooh, Flooded Strand. Jesus.
That's a lot of lands over there.
Yeah. I exiled with the one attack I got with a Kavu when I had land Bloodbraid Elf in hand, but it was my 4th land.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Had I known I was drawing 5 more lands, I would have sent that one away.
Yeah. I was very afraid of dying there.
Yeah, I thought I was in good shape, but as soon as the Maelstrom Pulse hit, and then I drew a couple lands and flooded, and
Yeah, the Bloodbraid Elf into General Ferris, that was lucky that I had the multicolor removal spell for it.
hey, you got Witherbloom Command and Abrupt Decay and Maelstrom Pulse, so you're actually pretty well equipped to deal with the general.
All right, what you got for me, Rob?
In Modern right now, what's your favorite non-tier 1 deck?
Does 4C Creativity count as non-tier 1, even though it just won a challenge? It's not super popular.
It's on the rise. I mean, it can count for now. In a few weeks, it's going to sound stupid, though, because it's going to get banned or whatever.
Yeah, that's my favorite deck in Modern right now. So,
I've been really digging on the Wafo control deck. I know that it's up there right now and it's gaining popularity as well, but I wouldn't consider it. I played it on Tuesday and it felt great. I wrote my article about it this week. My article's out now on it. You can check it out at starcgames.com after we get done with Versus. Please don't leave now.
please stay.
Please stay.
I'm so lonely.
Please clap.
Please clap. All right, you're up.
Okay. 7 crads. I will keep this hand.
Me too.
I will once again lead on Flooded Strand.
All right. I'm going to play Elvish Reclaimer, and I cannot wait to get it out of my deck. Your turn.
I'll fetch to 19 and start on Endotha Triumph again. If I can find it. There we go. Elvish Reclaimer. How scared am I of that card?
Well, without Flagstones in the deck, I can tell you that it's probably not very. I mean, it's just a 3/4, you know? It gets more sagas, but you actually need like a lot of lands to use Reclaimer. That's why Flagstones is so good with it. Because it ramps you. And if you don't have a Flagstone to start, you can get one as your first target.
I'm still going to kill it. Tribal Flames.
All right.
You're up.
Grim Flare.
Get the swamp or...
Swamp.
So you're at 19. I'm at 19. Oh, that was the land I was going to fetch for, so I will take 2, play Steam Vents.
Mm-hmm.
At 17, and I will play General Ferris.
All right.
Fast turn.
Draw. Let's go Abrupt Decay. Mistress Bauble, target. Actually. Yeah, let's target you. I just want to know what you're drawing. Because I'm doing this anyway, and I wanted to get to 4. What was it? Okay. Hit you for 4.
I'm at 13.
Top 3. It's 3 lands. And I'm going to shuffle anyway, so whatever. Then I'm going to go to 16, or 15. Play Reclaimer. Get over and do.
So doesn't that put you to 16?
Did I not fetch twice? Or did I lead with Swamp?
You fetched twice and shocked, so 16.
Oh, I had a basic. I thought I went fetch.
Yeah. No.
Okay, I'm at 16.
Because
That's
these three were
what
off
I
the
had
table.
written down, but I didn't think it was right.
Yeah, 16 to 13.
Okay, here you go. My bad.
What am I drawing? Tumble Garden. That's exactly what I wanted.
Oh, rip.
Manamorphose make red blue. Tap that for green, play Shardless Agent Cascade.
So you were lying when you said it's exactly what you wanted. Okay. You were so happy about drawing the Steam Vents earlier that I just thought you were...
Hit Manamorphose, I will make red blue again.
That's pretty good, because you haven't played a land yet, so you can cast another Shardless Agent or something if you got it.
Take 2 off this Temple Garden that you know about, and play a Mantis Rider. So I'm at 11, then I'll attack for 3 in the air.
Yep.
You're at 13.
Oh, you're at 11.
Yeah, pass the
13.
turn.
Draw for turn.
Yeah, I had the option of playing Mantis Rider or Shardless Agent, but I realized I can either Shardless Agent into Kavu, which I like because it's bigger than the Flare, or I hit Manamorphose and I can cast the Mantis Rider anyway.
Oh, I did. Good call.
That's also never happened on Versus before.
Attack for 7.
Well, I don't like this confident attack.
What do you want me to do? You have a 2/2 and a flyer.
Yeah. Well, I just means I'm not confident this double block is
Yeah,
gonna
but
work.
I'm the, you know, what
Yeah.
else? Am I supposed to just sit back with this and never attack with it?
I don't know what you're supposed to do, Todd.
Well, I know what I'm supposed to do. It's attack with both of them.
Yeah, but I'm gonna.
But the answer is I should attack with both of them no matter what I have. So,
I'm gonna take 7.
all right, I have you at 4.
Yeah. Trigger the flare.
Yeah. Top 3. Don't really want the land or the Thought Seeds.
I guess I also could have hit Tribal Flames off that Shardless Agent, which also would have been even better. I think Manamorphose is actually the worst hit. Oh, that's not a good sign.
What am I at, 13?
Yeah.
I'll go to 11 and Thought Seize you.
That's not good. I have 2 lands and a Bloodbraid Elf.
Okay, and I'll play Tarmogoyf. Here we go. Tarmogoyf is currently at least a 5/6. I don't think yours changes anything I got. I got Artifact, Sorcery, Instant, Land, Creature.
Vigilance
pretty big.
if it's white, Hexproof if it's blue, Lifelink if black, First Strike if red, and Trample if green. So Shardless Agent has Hexproof and Trample, and Mantis Rider has Hexproof, First Strike, and Vigilance.
Okay.
I will attack for 3 with the Mantis Rider.
Yeah,
put
I'm
you
at
to 8.
And you're at 4, right?
Yeah, and I'll play Wood of Foothills and pass the turn.
Okay. Kick. Make sure. I said destroy target. Okay. All right. And then jam on. You double jump,
And
take
I'm
3.
dead
Oh, yeah.
because of the trample
Yeah,
on
'cause
the
it's
Grim
trample.
Player.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tight.
Best I can do is block like this. I take 1 trample plus 3 is 4.
Yeah. Sorry.
Make sure that's clear for everybody at home. Okay, well, so far not a good showing from the 5-color deck. You just have the right answers. You know, most people are pretty vulnerable to General Rockrick. All the removal is monocolored, but the Golgari list answers it pretty easily. So,
oh yeah, the rocker is going to really shine against like your Unholy Heat decks, you know, and those are running rampant. Like I've literally had a multicolor removal both times you've gotten the general onto the battlefield, and like you haven't made a golem yet. I think that if you're casting the general, like most of the time you're going to untap with it, and most of the time you're going to be able to make a golem with it. But you know, this deck just has some wonky stuff. So
yeah. So we're going to take a quick break here, get some sideboarding set up, see if I can make some adjustments and maybe mount a comeback like Todd did in match 1. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back to a Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between 5-color aggro and Golgari midrange. On my side of things, just upgrading the removal in my deck. I don't think Lightning Bolt is that good. Most of Todd's creatures are big enough to dodge it. So we're getting some paths and an additional Fury. I considered bringing in Rest in Peace. You know, it stops like Witherbloom Command from rebuying Urza Sagas. It shuts down Tarmogoyf. Keeps Grimflayer small. A lot of little things. And I think I would bring it in if Todd just didn't have a million ways to answer it. So it's not going to really be that reliable. And so I just don't think it's worth bringing in at that point. So just the swaps for removal on my side.
So I wanted to reduce my threat density again and up my answer count, but my answers aren't that versatile on the sideboard. Ross's creatures are very weird and different, and most of them require different answers or even different types of answers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to bring in as much interaction as I can and get these Dark Confidants out. Engineer Explosives is also kind of weak, so we're going to be cutting that as well. And we're going to be bringing in, you know, Assassin's Trophy because it can kill Draco or General. Force Despair, if you ever have a Cascade turn where you hit 2 minions. I say minion. I've been playing a lot of auto battlers. Pardon my French. The Seal of Primordiums might look a little weird, but you do have Sign of Draco as well as Shardless Agent, and it's not that good. Collective Brutality kills Shardless Agent and Bloodbraid Elf and can maybe snag something out of your hand or drain some life if I'm in really low life total range. And mostly I just want to get these Dark Confidants out of my deck, so... Like I could even make the argument to cut the Nile Spellbomb as well. It just doesn't, you know, I have a lot of cards that don't really do anything against you. So,
well, let's hope you draw a lot of those.
Well, let's hope I draw a lot of Tarmogoyfs. Tarmogoyfs seem pretty good.
Tarmogoyf is better than it's been in a while in Modern.
That's true. That's because Lightning Bolt's everywhere.
Yeah, and not many Fatal Pushes.
Yup. All right, what you got for me, Rob? Anything fun?
A question about the new Fireball effect, which I know you two were talking a little bit
Light
about
up the
earlier.
night.
Light up the night. X and a red for a sorcery. Light up the night deals X damage to any target. It deals X plus 1 damage instead if that target is a creature or planeswalker. It has flashback for 3 and a red. Remove X loyalty counters from among planeswalkers you control. If you cast this spell this way, X can't be 0.
Yeah, I think it's cool. You know, the front half being like an efficient fireball for killing creatures, I think is really cool. For 1 mana, you can deal 1 to 1/1 on turn 1, and usually that's the single turn where fireballs are horrible. So that little change seems great. The flashback of like just throw all your planeswalkers loyalty at your opponent, I think that's going to be a pretty powerful late game effect for like some, you know, Jeskai Super Friends style strategy. So.
Yeah, I can't envision playing a lot of this card, but the first copy is intriguing.
Yeah, first copy is like dynamic in what it can do. So, all right, hand's great.
Yeah, I'll lead on Flooded Strand.
All right.
Once again, I am asking you for an Endatha Triumph.
I'm gonna go to some number.
Probably 18.
Probably 16. Just think I gotta see what's up. I might want to take something here to stall him out. Just 2 Shardlesses and a General.
Not a very good hand, but
Well, I don't have a great way to interact with Le General. I'll take the General.
they're a quality car
16.
insurance company.
Yeah, I know. Except for the quality part. I would say that they are an insurance company. You just walked into that one.
I'll play this tapped and pass.
All right, let's Thoughtseize one.
Andrew usually got Triumph.
Okay. And then
So you're at 14.
Yeah.
And slow roll the third Thoughtseize.
No. I'm gonna fetch a Force and play a Reclaimer. I'm
So
at
you're at
13.
13.
You're dear.
Crack Bloodstainmire, get the mountain.
So I have you at 18.
Yes. And I will play Shardless Agent and see what I get.
Hope it's nothing too scary. That's my hope.
I hope it is Territorial Kavu.
At 13, it's like Trial Flame's pretty
Okay.
bad.
Do I kill the Reclaimer or just send 5 upstairs?
That's a tough one.
You
I
want
don't even know which
13.
one I prefer, honestly.
I think with no bolts in my deck, I just kill the Reclaimer.
Sounds good.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Draw for turn. I'm gonna play a Saga and then put Lurrus in my hand. Your turn.
Play Foothills, attack for 2.
11.
Pass the turn.
Alright. Draw. Saga chapter. So I don't think Ross has a Tribal Flames in hand. I don't think he would hold that. But he could have a Path Exile in hand, which I would like to maybe clear out. And it allows me to use my mana this turn, so I'm going to Inquisition you.
Literally drew Tribal Flames this turn.
Ooh. Okay. And then I'm going to go to 9 and say go.
On your instep, I'll crack this fetch, go to 17.
Okay. 17 and 9.
Yep. Let's get, Stomping Ground. That seems fine. And I will cycle Zagoth Triome and hope to draw a spell.
I guess that is the one reason why you would not play Trial Flame, so you could cycle the land. Good call.
Yeah. I also wanted to kill Lurrus if that was your play this turn.
That's true, too.
Could have gone Lurrus Reclaimer. Okay, Cycle Triome. That's a good one. That's a good one. That one's not. But I will play a Scion of Draco.
Okay.
And I will attack for 2.
7.
Yep. Pass the turn.
All right, I'm going to force a Despair to kill this Scion. It's so good with Urza Saga because I don't have to use mana. Urza Saga is one of the most mana-intensive cards I've ever played with, and just having these free spells has just been so ridiculous. It makes me wonder why there aren't Force of Vigors in the sideboard, to be honest. All right, draw turn. Trigger on the stack. And I believe I'll make a thing.
Again, I don't see why not.
Yep.
Especially because this will make both constructs 3/3s bigger than Shardless Agent.
Can I get Nile Spellbomb? I don't think exiling your graveyard does anything though, right? Some old versions used to play Snapcaster Mage because Snapcaster was Tribal Flames was good, but I think just like knowing what the lists are is fine. I can get Shadow Spear too to pad my life total later. I think I'll do that. And then I'm just gonna play a Baron more so that I can go Lurrus plus Reclaimer next turn. Or something like that. My mana is like kind of important. Question is, do I attack? And I think the answer is just always yes. If I have a blocker, I just have to try to pressure you.
Yep.
All right,
I go to 14.
Your turn.
Okay, need some good ones.
Now this is the spot where Reclaimer starts to get good because they can start chaining sagas if we're on empty, but I don't feel safe.
Mantis Rider. Attack for 3.
I'm at 4.
Pass the turn.
Draw. We'll equip.
Yep.
Attack for 4. Or yeah, I guess if you have path, this is like really bad if I attack with both, so I'll just attack with this.
Do I want to attempt a double block here? I know you have Luris in hand. Definitely makes sense for you to just have removal. Haven't played an instant speed removal spell yet, other than the Force. Haven't had a real need to either. Yeah, I'll just take 4. I'm at 10. You're at 8.
That's what I got. Your turn.
Good one. It's not the worst. Attack for 3.
Decay it.
Territorial Kavu.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
So 5/5.
Yep.
Okay. I will trophy the territorial. I'm gonna attack for 7.
I will go to 3.
I gain 4. I go to 12. I'm gonna fetch with Verdant and play Loris. I go to 11. I'm going to go get a swamp. I don't have a 0 to play out the graveyard, but I think it's just important to get the extra piece of pressure online right now.
Yep. It's just another lethal threat.
Yep. Here go. One removal spell on the Shadow Spear token, though, does actually reduce my clock from the other construct. So, like, block here, kill this means that this isn't lethal if he has path next turn. So I'm probably going to end up moving the Shadow Spear here so that both these are lethal. Or the Luris is lethal trampling and can't get traded.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I think I need to draw a Cascade spell.
That's good. That's a good start.
Okay. So that will keep me alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay. All right, draw. Any artifacts in the graveyard? I don't. Okay. So I'm at 11, so I'm fine life total wise. So I'll just cast this as my only permanent. I did draw a good one. I drew a Saga. So that's going to be good for the next couple turns. Do I want to make Reclaimer a 4/5? Not really. Doesn't really matter. Your turn.
We need more good ones.
I guess if I attack with all 3, you're kind of in trade chumpy mode. I guess that's not that. That's pretty bad.
Pass the turn.
All right. Draw. Trigger. It's probably just Fatal Push the Kavu
Yeah, I'm dead.
and Mangle.
Even if I had a removal spell, which I do not. Okay, well, not a good showing from this deck. I think the cards just don't line up particularly well, and I've flooded a little bit.
You did flood a couple times out of the...
Yeah.
I mean, we've only played 3 games.
But we have time for a nice pity game.
Yeah, that's true.
See if I can get something going here.
Anything for us while we're hanging out here, shuffling up, Bravo?
Yeah. Someone made a comment. Do you think that Blood Moon stock is rising in the format at the moment? I see a lot of people with not a lot of basics in their 4-color decks at the moment.
I actually think Blood Moon stock is pretty low. A lot of people are playing Alpine Moon to go with Luris. Blood Moon doesn't do that, and a lot of the mid-range decks are base red anyway, so it doesn't really disrupt them as much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty good against the 4-color decks. I agree there, but they still have some basics.
Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of like you just have to build a Blood Moon deck. I think Blood Moon as a card is actually on the weaker side right now for sideboard purposes because Alpine Moon is so cheap and does a lot of what you want Blood Moon to do anyway, which is just kill Urza Saga. I think that not being able to play Blood Moon alongside Loris is a huge detractor from being able to play Blood Moon. But if you're playing like mono red Obosh. You know, like you can play Ragavan into Blood Moon. That's fine. You know, and if you're playing Arbor Elf, Gruul stuff, like you can still just play main deck Blood Moon. You know, if you're playing Enchantress, you can just play main deck Blood Moon. It's always going to be good. So it's just fine. It's not any more good or bad than it usually is, and it's usually fine.
Exactly fine. Like my hand, it's fine.
Oh no. I can't keep this, right? Maybe I can. Alright, whatever. I'll give you the freebie.
Okay.
Or it's going to be really fun.
Lead off Bloodstrand. Get into Off the Triumph.
Right.
Turn 1, Baronmore Mishra's Bauble.
Yeah. Means my hand's full of Tarmogoyf's full of Grimflayers or whatever.
Okay.
Here we go.
So I'm at 19. I'll draw. I will crack Foothills for Steam Vents going to 16 and play Cyano Draco.
Alright, I'll Force of Despair. That's pretty cool. Force of Despair rules. I am just really digging that card.
You're up.
Alright, I'm gonna look at your top card.
Sure. You can keep going. I'll show it to you.
Okay. Alright. Draw for Bobble, draw for turn. Alright, I'm casting this Inquisition, but I want to know what your top card is. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, the General.
General Mantis Rider Path. 3 very different cards.
I'm going to take the General.
What else you got?
Here you go. I think I can beat the Mantis Rider, but I don't have an answer for it yet, which is why I took the General first.
I'll take 2 to 14. Mantis Rider attack.
Yeah.
You're at 17.
So I got.
Pass the turn.
And what are you at?
I'm at 14.
Okay.
2 shocks, 2 fetches.
Yep.
Yep. Chapter 2.
All right, I'm going to look at your top card.
There it is. Is it Bloodbeard Elf?
It is Bloodbeard Elf.
That's good.
I think I'm just dead. I have a Ghost Quarter to show float away. It's like, but then I don't get to make a Urza Saga token. I'm like really struggling. I guess I just hope you brick. Go. All right, draw off the bauble.
Crack this.
13 or 11.
Well, I don't have basics of either of those, so it's going to be 11.
Okay.
And guess I'll get Sacred Foundry.
All right, I learned a valuable lesson today. It's don't keep trashy hands. I already knew it, right? Deep in my heart
Can
of
you
hearts.
teach Corey that lesson?
Oh,
No one
you can't
can.
teach Corey anything. The genius of Corey is that he's like a self-sustaining system. He cannot teach, but he cannot learn. But he is all powerful.
Okay, Cascade hits Mantis Rider.
Oh, is that good?
Attack you for 9.
All right, I'm at 8.
Pass the turn.
All right, let's make one of these, and then I just have to let me draw for my turn, and then trigger. I think I'm just dead.
This is a nice little curve. Turn 2 Scion, turn 3 Mantis Rider, turn 4 Bloodbraid into Mantis Rider.
All right, let's just float.
Float strategy.
Floated strand. All right, gamers.
Gonna float your wagon across the river.
Guess this. Oh no, Shadow Sphere. Duh.
Gonna equip that construct.
Probably.
Get a little lifelink.
Yeah, I have another artifact in hand that's free and a Tarmogoyf to block. So I think and a land. So it's like all coming up pretty good. And this, and then this, and then I'll attack for 4. Oh, buddy.
That didn't get on silent.
All right.
We'll cut that in post.
Swing for 4.
So
I'm at 12. You're at 7.
and I'm gonna go to 7. You're gonna be at 12. Yeah, that's fine.
Here we go. You have a Path to Exile, so I'm pretty sure I'm dead. I have to draw
Yeah.
literal
No, you are
Maelstrom
dead.
Pulse next turn.
I have Pulse plus Tribal Flames
What?
to kill you.
Oh, did I know
Yeah.
about the Tribal Flames from earlier?
No.
I think I did. I think I bobbled.
Oh, you might have.
Oh well.
But
You win the game. You ever be at work, right? And you get a call from a number that you don't recognize, and they're like, "Hello, would you like to reinstate your auto warranty?" And you're just like, "I don't own a car." And they're like, "We have records from 2007 that you owe back taxes for your, some
Yeah.
prime mortgage
For your-
thing." I don't know. Do we have time for another one, or am I just talking?
We have time.
Ooh, great.
But I wanted to let you finish.
That's fine. It was about nothing.
You know, if only there was a button on your iPhone that stopped all that from happening.
Yeah.
Is there? It just stops all spam calls?
Well,
No, he's talking about silent.
Oh, I see.
when because Corey brought it up in chat the day that he and I had to tell Ross that's what that did because he didn't know that existed.
You didn't know that the
No,
vibrate
for
button
like
existed
years.
or the mute button?
For like years.
Which one? You didn't. Which one did you not know?
That the little sliding thing on the side puts the phone on silent.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't know that.
It's okay. You learn something new every day.
That's true. That's true. My hand's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about it.
I am not happy at all with that hand.
Okay.
5 lands, no creatures.
Well, now chat would like to know if you ever actually did fix your extended warranties, Todd.
Oh, so I am of the impression that a warranty is the same word as scam. I have never been pitched a warranty that I thought was worthwhile. I don't think it exists. If something is worth getting a warranty for, then that means it is trash. So,
Sound economic advice. Todd Anderson.
yeah. That's the only one I got though. That's
all I know.
If you want sound, that's I can give you economic advice. I just don't know if it's
A
good.
lot of sound just coming out of your mouth, but
Right.
Put that one back.
All right, reclaim.
I'm going to start on Wooded Foothills. Pass the turn.
All right. Drawer. Is that how you say that? Drawer.
Sure.
I think I just want to go ahead and start getting sagas online because my hand is extremely reactive. So I'll just play a reclaimer play my second land. Actually, I want to keep the Urborg. So I'll just sack the forest, I think.
So you're at 18?
Mhm.
Oh, no, 17. 'Cause you fetched.
Mhm.
And I'm at 19, and I will do the same thing I've done every game and get it
Triumph.
off the Triumph.
The train.
And
I don't think anything you can do changes this. So
sure. Then I'll go to 16 and get a Steam Vents. And I will Tribal Flames this Reclaimer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
All right, chapter 2. And I think. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna Thoughts Eat You. Like the card I drew changes my play a little, I think. So
Okay, got a pretty good hand.
pretty good hand.
I'm at 16, you're at 15.
I'm gonna take Mass Rider. I think I can grind through things. I just can't kill. Like if I just take too much damage, I'd die. So I'm at 15. Goify, you're up. Like the Shardless's bodies are not better than Urza Saga tokens or whatever. So
we got land, creature, sorcery.
3/4.
We're about to have enchantment, so it's 3/4 now, but going to be a 4/5 next turn with the Saga.
Yeah, but if you had Tribal Flames now, it kills it.
So do I want to Shardless Agent this turn?
Get Manamorphose first to see.
Yeah, that'll make the Goyf bigger, though.
Ah. See, we call that synergy.
I will take 2 to 14 and play Shardless Agent.
Yeah. Every time you mill over Draco, I'm like, oh god, it's Draco. And I'm like, oh wait, no, it's fine.
Okay, hit Territorial Kavu.
Alright.
Fast turn.
Alright. Draw, trigger. I'm going to make black mana from the Urborg.
Nice.
Nice. This goes.
Yes, we got 4/5 Goyf now. Still not bigger than Kavu.
And I think I'm just going to... I don't really need to draw a card here, so I think I'm just going to get the Shadow Spear. It's been feeling pretty good. I'm going to use my black mana to Inquisition of Kozilek you.
That is what I was afraid of.
Okay, we'll take Bath.
Yep.
So is it what you got life totals at? 15, 14?
Yes. And now Goyf is a 5/6 because it's instant.
So now it's a 6/7 with the Shadow Spear.
So I can still double block.
Or maybe this is bad then. Go.
And pass.
This gives them a window to draw another path or hit one off the Shardless Agent, but I think getting to attack with the next turn, potentially with at least a bluff or an actual removal spell, could make his life miserable.
Manamorphose making red-blue.
Okay.
I will take 2, go to 12. Make green with Stomping Ground and play Shardless Agent, Cascade.
Okay. Would you draw Path?
Yep. Hit Manamorphose. I will make red-blue again.
I almost attack just to trade with a
I will
Kavu.
path this Goyf. Yeah, I'll Tribal Flames you for 5.
Are you kidding me?
And attack for 7.
What the hell just happened?
That's a pretty good turn. Exiling the Reclaimer from your graveyard.
Sure.
So you're at 3.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
Cool.
Maybe I was supposed to hold the Tribal Flames, but I just couldn't resist using all of my mana.
Yeah. I think you should use all your mana. If I'm being honest, I think use all my mana as a...
I just didn't want you to have another discard spell. You clearly didn't have removal last turn, or you would have killed my Kavu and attacked, rather than just equip passing. So I could definitely see Todd having another discard spell in hand.
Dead, I think. I needed 5 mana. I could have killed everything. GG.
Nice.
Wow, what a sequence. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this deck does crazy things like that. We never saw General get out of hand, but I think a lot of it was just flooding in some of those earlier games and you having, and the removal lighting up well. But there where, your draws are removal light and I don't flood, if the threats live, they're really powerful and they kill you really quickly.
For sure. All right, well, that was still a 3-2 in my favor, which means, guess what, Ross?
What?
Guess what it means?
It means you win the marbles.
It means I win the marbles! Okay, so we need to do like a custody sharing thing, I guess, right? Because I'm not on the show every week. All right, I have a lot of experience from this from my childhood, though, so I know exactly how this works. We just hand off at the McDonald's down the road.
Jesus.
What? It's my trauma, okay? I can talk about it however I want.
Mine was the Frisch's for a
Frisch's?
while.
Mine was actually a Jack's. Not a Jack in the Box, but a Jack's. It's a Southern burger chain. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm sorry. So it's my marbles. For the last match, though, I don't really want to play the Golgari deck again. Can I play the...
No. You're playing the Golgari deck.
Okay.
It's got to be... we got to see what's King of the Hill. The Elves deck is our last hope. And
Well, it's going to be the Elves deck. But also, should it be the Elves deck? Should it be?
it's my favorite deck of the 4.
Okay,
So
fine.
I hope the Elves deck wins.
Okay.
I also just want to win a match.
Well,
that would be nice.
fine. Okay, all right.
Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute break. We will get set up for our final match between Elves and Golgari midrange here on Versus Live. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
I'm Todd Anderson.
And we've got a Rob in the booth. Say, roll Todd, Rob.
Roll Todd, Rob.
Oh, yeah, I like that one.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us.
Yeah, we've been taking a lot of questions on Innistrad Midnight Hunt. New preview cards started streaming in today heavily. We've been talking about the mechanics. We've been talking about the cards themselves. And I've been kicking Ross's ass at Magic. So he did win the last 2 games in a row, though. So maybe his Steam's picking back up. Maybe he'll take this one down and not be a complete sweep again. For both times I was on Versus Live this week, don't let me do it to you, Ross. I don't want to.
I'm going to try. I'm playing my favorite deck of the 4 in the last match here. This is it's basically mono green elves. The sideboard has some black cards. Like I said, there's a couple grist in the main, but Golgari elves. And this is a much different elves deck, as I've said earlier, than anything we've seen before in Modern. And what it's really doing is, rather than being built around the power of Azuri and Elvish Archdruid and that sort of combo, which is great with Collected Company, this is a build that is all about Realm Walker.
Yes.
Realm Walker is a very powerful card, and it works really, really well when you can just generate a lot of mana. So we've got the full Heritage Druid Nettle Sentinel engine with Quirion Ranger as well. And you can sort of just go through your entire deck because of Sylvan Anthem, which also helps protect your creatures like Ren and 6 and Lava Darts and stuff.
Now, there is one card that's in the deck that I want to complain about, if that's okay. Okay, so Winding Way is a green and 1. Choose creature or land, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, and put all cards of the chosen type revealed this way into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. So, for those of you who've played with like Mulch before, like Mulch kicks ass. Mulch is awesome, right? Winding Way is basically a 2-mana version of Lead the Stampede, which, when it's good, is like one of the most disgusting card advantage cards ever printed. And this one just costs 1 less mana. Like, I could see if it put 1 into your hand, but it puts all of them into your hand. Like, that is complete nonsense.
And here, I think you actually benefit from putting the cards in your hand when you're trying to keep triggering Nettle Sentinels and generate that extra mana.
Yep.
And it being a cheaper card, is just really what you want to do when you're built around Realm Walker. You just need the lowest possible curve. So hopefully I get to, amass very large battlefields of elves and hoof you.
Well,
I have great memories of doing that. It's been like 7 years, though.
Yeah. My Golgari deck's been really tearing it up, though. We're playing this Golgari deck with Urza Saga in it. Looks really similar to those Gruul and Jund lists that have been running around that play a lot of discard and interaction in Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf we've seen do a lot of work today, and it's been really great when we see it in play for the last couple of weeks. So I'm excited to try out more Tarmogoyf decks, and this one, so far, so good.
Yeah.
All right, well, I did win the last match, even though I lost the last 2 games, but that means you're on the play here for game number 1.
And I have a solid hand.
Okay.
The classic start of Forest Llanowar Elves.
First, Learner. All right, look at your top card. Ooh, that's terrifying. All right, 18, 16. Okay.
Have to imagine the Winding Way is
Take
the
the
pick
Winding
here.
Way.
Yeah.
Just always. I'm gonna go ahead and say go after I play another bauble and draw, and then I'm gonna look at your next card before you do anything.
Sure.
Okay.
I will take 2 for my Overgrown Tomb and play Nettle Sentinel Old Dwynen's Elite. Get
Yup.
myself an Elf token. And I'm at 18 from the shock. I'll pass the turn. Upkeep, you draw a bauble again.
Yep. Draw off the second bauble. Draw for my turn. I'm going to
You
fetch a forest and play Grim Flayer. That'll stem the bleeding a
15.
little bit.
But you are
It's
short of
yeah,
Delirium.
It's only a 2/2 right now, but he has 2 1-power creatures in play that I can block, and if he does attack with his stuff, I might be able to keep some. I might just trade. All right, let me think for a sec.
Attack you for 4.
All right, so I have sorcery, artifact, land. I don't have a creature. I don't have a way in my hand to actually get it online next turn, but I do have a shadow spear that I can play and equip. So I think I'm just going to take 4. I'm at
11.
sure.
Right? Yeah. Fetch, shock, Thoughtseize.
Yep, 11.
15. So you also know about this card from the previous bauble. So I'll just play Tapped Overgrown Tomb and another Dwynen's Elite. Get another Elf.
Okay.
And this untaps the Nettle.
All right. Saga, put a counter on it. Play an equip Shadow Spear and say go.
Okay, so now an attack would lose probably the Nettle or one of the 2/2s and deal you, and then you gain
I would take 4 damage and kill something.
gain
which
3.
might be worth it.
Take 4. But you at 11, probably not.
If you draw something good here, I might.
I was hoping to draw Sylvan Anthem.
Sylvan Anthem would be dirty.
So do I want to trade one of my 2/2 creatures for 4 damage?
With me at 11, probably not, but it's up to you. If your other card's a brick, then probably not. Be my guess.
So you can potentially then you'd be at 7. You can then attack for 3, go to 10.
Probably turn on Delirium and then make a blocker off of this, and that would be a 2/2 trade. I think attacking's bad, personally.
Yeah, probably. I do have another Dwynen's Elite.
Well, I mean, that might change things, man. I don't know. Like, live your life.
No, I think I'm just going to try to draw Sylvan Anthem. Pass the turn.
Saga ticks up 2.
I also would not mind Realm Walker into Heritage Druid.
All right, so good chance I'm just making a token off Urza Saga here, but I can also cycle this Tranquil Thicket and maybe be able to turn on Delirium, maybe even at instant speed. Okay.
Actually, I'm going to leave this fetch in play. So fetch brings you to 10.
Yep, and I'm going to get a Swamp and say go.
And still not delirious.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm going to leave the fetch land uncracked for Realm Walker purposes. That gives me some more manipulation.
Yep. It will be turned on next turn from the Saga, though.
Yep. So now, presumably, you're just making a construct here, which is a 2/2. So you could eat, gain 3, take 6, go to 4.
Eat would be a trade. One of the eats would be a trade.
No, 2/2 blocks 1/1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking you were both
Yeah.
on 2.
So I think you eat Nettle Sentinel and Llanowar Elves, and you take 9 but gain 3, so you take 6. You go to 4, and then this becomes a 5/5, and that you're probably. Then you get to attack with it. You go to 9.
And I'll have at least 2 blockers, maybe a removal spell next turn.
And that's only going to be... Yeah, I guess that would... Yeah, I'm going to attack.
Okay. We'll make a token, and I'll just do what Ross said, and I'll go to 4.
Yeah, so take 9, gain 3, take 6, go to 4. And I will pass the turn.
All right, upkeep, draw, trigger. We'll make a token, and this will die. And I'll go get... I don't think you have any Graveyard Matter stuff. I don't have a needle. I think it's just going to be one of the baubles. There's a couple left. Spell Bomb doesn't do much here for positive-wise. Last card in hand is like 99% of land. He would have played like any spell, I think.
It's either land or the one Crater Hoof Behemoth.
Could be the one Crater of Behemoth. That's a good point.
And then I just need to draw Heritage Druid. I'll be attacking you for 23.
Attack.
I will take 5.
Right,
I go to 13, you go to 9.
Yep. Top 3 from the Grimflare trigger. Another Grimflare on top doesn't sound so bad. It's just another threat, but I guess I don't actually need it if I'm... Sure. I kind of just want another type of interaction. Force return. I'm going to Wither Bloom. I'm going to mill you for 3. I'm going to get back... Or I guess I'll mill myself for 3.
Yeah.
No, I should mill you in case I hit your Crater of Behemoth, I think. I have Delirium. I don't really care. Oh, baby! All right. So get back Saga and kill a 1/1. I've already played a land for turn, and I'll say go.
Oh, I think I'm dead then. Oh, I guess I can draw Grist.
Ooh, Grist would be pretty tight.
I was hoping that you would just have nothing and then a Sylvan Anthem would be lethal on this turn. That's why I made the attack last turn. That is not going to do it. Yeah, I've got an Elvish Mystic.
Okay.
You're up.
Draw for turn. I'm not cracking the bauble yet because I just want my constructs to stay like pretty healthy.
Oh.
I can actually threaten a lethal attack this turn.
This is exactly lethal attack if you keep the bauble around.
Yeah. But that means you only have to block one thing here, and then you take 9. I gain 5 up to 14. But I'm not in...
So even a Sylvan Anthem would leave me 1 short.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Attack with everything. So you go to 4 life, and I gain 5 up to 20, or it's up to 14.
So I could chump to stay alive, or I can...
Oh, I guess you can do some game blocks. That's
yeah, I'm thinking about just triple blocking a construct and going to 4, and then if I draw Grist, maybe we can get something going.
I don't hate that, because you're not attacking for lethal no matter what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can...
Yeah, I'll triple block a construct with the Dwynen's Elites.
Would you rather triple block the Trampler?
Well, doing that means if you have a removal spell, I lose everything, right?
Oh, that's fine. Okay. All right, so you still take 9. 2 of these die.
Yeah.
Contract dies.
So
does that mean you want to triple block this then? With these 3? And only take 5? Because this will get shrunk for a turn.
Yeah, so once again...
And you'll be left with a 2/2 versus my just this, and then a Grist is actually super good.
Not really, because you have the Saga's in Chapter 1.
Yeah, it's not active yet.
No, I still just want to triple block, because I also want to leave myself different Realm Walker draws.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you take 9, you're 4, I go to 14. Trigger the Grimflare.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
I'm at 4.
Yeah, and I'm at 14. All right, put Dark Confidant here. And I think I like that. I've already played the land. I'll say go. Oh, I should put... Sorry, I need to put Luris Man. That's stupid.
Okay. I will crack this fetch to 3. Get a forest. I'm going to be casting a Winding Way, naming a creature.
Is that good?
I'm hoping it is.
Yeah. I think it's fine. Fine to scary. You know?
A 1, a 2, a 3, 4.
Yeah, that card's complete BS.
Graveyard for the rest.
They even go to the graveyard?
Then I will play Realm Walker.
Mm-hmm.
I will name Elf.
Mm-hmm.
I will hope this is Heritage Druid. It's an Elvish Mystic.
It's pretty good.
And I will pass the turn.
I think I stacked in a way that I need to do this. I'm going to look at your top card.
It's a Nettle Sentinel.
Okay. Untap. Draw for
Bubble.
bobble, and then draw for turn.
Still have so many cards.
Yep. Witherbloom getting back a land is pretty cool.
I'm getting back Urza Saga in particular.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This is the first deck where I've seen Witherbloom Command and thought that card is going to be very good.
Alright, attack with this.
I will...
Actually, I should probably attack with this too.
Yeah. That makes a huge difference. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Ooh. Well, that changes a lot. Because I can't trade for the Grimflayer and leave Realmwalker and myself alive, which are the three things I would like to be able to do. So, do I just chump enough to stay alive against the Grimflayer and hope Realmwalker hits the nuts? That seems like my best bet, seeing as the Nettle Sentinel isn't really going to help me that much. So, yeah, I guess I go like that and take 2.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to kill your Dwightons and trample over to death.
Sure. I mean, if that was going to if I made a block to live through a Fatal Push, I'm going to lose the Realmwalker, and I'm going to lose anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, what do I have hit? Llanowar Elves, Heritage Druid, Nettle Sentinel, Realmwalker, Elvish Warmaster.
Is that game 1?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just going to cast those lot.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's not very many. It's not very many things to just cast for free off the top of your deck.
And then have a Sylvan Anthem on top of my deck. Yeah. Honestly, if I untapped, I think I was going to win that game.
If I didn't, I could have killed your Realmwalker.
Sure. If I untap with Realmwalker.
Yeah, I had a fetch land in that I could play pre-combat, but if you blocked in such a way where I couldn't kill you, I wanted to post-combat Witherbloom Command, get back another Saga, play it, and make a Construct. So that was my plan.
Cool beans. Really needed to draw one of my payoffs sooner. I had the Winding Way in the opening hand, but the discard spell took it. And then I needed to find, Warmaster, Realmwalker, Grist.
Yeah, all those cards are kind of nightmares for me. Your draw was not very good there.
Or Sylvan Anthem.
Man, I have my actual best card against you, but I don't have mana. Unfortunate. Going to 6. Anything from chat while we're shuffling up here for game number 2, Mr. Robbo?
Not at the moment, other than the misplay.
The display?
No, the misplay.
Oh, the misplay, yeah. Yeah. Look, I said 2 things die. That's Ross's fault. Plus, I don't work here. I'm a special guest.
I will be keeping my hand.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okie dokie. What do I put back? I guess Bobble? Oh, I mean, it's like fine, but all my other cards are just good. I don't think I want to put back a land. Maybe I'll put back Saga, actually. Because I just have a lot to do with my colored mana, and the Bobble makes my Tarmogoyf bigger. And you don't really. The thing is, I don't really want to start doing Saga things until later, so that's fine. Okay.
I will lead on Forest and Llanowar Elves.
Okay.
You're up.
Interesting. I'm gonna look at your top card. Okay.
Is it good?
It's redundant. Inquisition you.
Probably taking my Winding Way.
Probably taking your Winding Way. Yep. All right. Draw for Bobble.
Yep.
Here you go. So, play all your elves.
Yep.
Okay.
Play 3 Elves. You're up. Another one of these games. Got to find a payoff.
You got token as well, right? Oh wait, no, that was a query, and I thought it was the other one.
No.
Sorry. Draw. Play a Dark Confidant. There you go.
Lamb for 4.
Yeah.
Brings you to 10.
I
sorry,
have not taken
16?
any damage this game.
I didn't restart my
You're good.
left pad.
16 to 20.
Yep. Play Verdant. Play Dwynen's Elite. Get a token.
Okay.
Yeah, Ross, I definitely thought I missed like 3 turns there. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
All right. Take 2.
Oh, now you're 14. See, I was just clairvoyant.
All
Tarmogoyf, very good here.
I'm gonna play a 1-mana Engineer Explosives. And I think I'll need the extra black. Or actually, I definitely need the green.
Well, you got the green regardless.
Okay, well. Oh, then I don't have to crack it yet. That's way better.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I guess I'll just go and blow all your elves up. And say go. Don't think I'm going to trade for the Dwyden, but maybe I do. Probably not, though.
Attack.
Okay, I'm at 11.
Crack this Verdant. Go to 19. Actually, I guess I'm going to 17. I don't have a basic swamp.
Okay.
Wouldn't want one even if I did. You're a good one. That's a Grist.
Wow. You going to kill my Bobby?
Yep.
My Robert Confidant?
I'll pass the turn. Grist gives this deck a little bit of interaction, which is nice. It also, the mill off of the +1 helps manipulate your deck with Realm Walker. So,
Yep. And if you hit a Realm Walker, you get 2 tokens.
yep.
All right, no lands in the graveyard. Again, Elf Reclaimer looking just like always horrible. You know?
But you got to fetch in play. So I'm at 17, right? And you're at 11?
That's what I got.
Okay. Draw. I will plus the Grist, mill Sylvan Anthem, get an insect.
Okay.
I will cast Nettle Sentinel
Okay.
and pass the turn. I milled enchantment, of course. Land, creature, sorcery, enchantment, artifact, but no instant. So it's 5/6. It'll be 6/7 with an instant. 7/8 with this Planeswalker.
Okay. Oh, I should do this EOT.
Sure.
Okay. Draw for Bobble. Draw for turn. Play another Tarmogoyf.
Ugh.
Take here.
Jump.
Go.
Oh, you knew that one was there. So do I just trade Grist and Dwynen's Elite for a Goyf? Probably. I don't think it's not sticking around.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now the other Goyf is a 6/7.
All right. I'm going to get a Forest and a Swamp, and then...
So you're going to be at 9.
Oh, wait. Actually, I don't know if I have 2 Swamps in my deck. So this one's going to stay. This is going to fetch Forest. Then we're going to sack
So you're at 10.
this to go get Saga. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're at 10. I'm at 17. Oh, and the Grist is... Yeah, we still don't have instant. It'll be a 7/8 once you cast an instant.
Wow. That's large.
almost as large as it can be. Almost a self-actualized Tarmogoyf.
Yeah. We are 1 land short for the Reclaimer right now, but that shouldn't be too hard.
You do have a fetch land on the battlefield.
Right. Okay, so I guess I can just keep Reclaiming. Just play a Verdant, attack for 6.
I will go to 11.
Here you go.
I will play Dwynen's Elite. Get a Lonergan. Pass.
We'll make a construct, and then I will sack the Bloodstained Mire to go get another Saga.
How do you like Reclaimer now?
Like I said, it's fine late game. It's just such a bad 1-drop in this deck. And like I feel like this deck should just, instead of being Golgari, should just try to be green-white. That way you can just be Flagstonesing easily.
Just be Abzan.
Could be. All right, so draw and then trigger. This one for sure.
Then you can play Prismatic Ending.
All right. Make a token. Search.
Get Shadow Spear.
Yeah, you're right. Equip it to Tarmogoyf. Play this and then attack with these.
And I am at 11, and this is an attack for 13. So this double block means I take 10 and go to 1. Yeah.
Okay.
I am at 1.
And I gain 7. Go to
17.
Okay.
Which of my elves do you want to kill?
the Nettle. Your turn.
Verdant Catacombs. Fetch.
Going out on your terms. I like it. All right. Well, 2-0 pre-board games. I don't know if Ross has a whole lot of stuff on the sideboard that can overcome this like tremendous amount of interaction, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't really been able to set up my engine or find my payoffs. It's been a real struggle.
Yeah, but we're going to take a short breather here while we just go and get sideboards ready. You can make sure to get your questions ready. If you have any questions about the new cards from Innistrad Midnight Hunt or any questions about the decks we've played today, make sure to @ Sarcy Games in the chat. And Rob will pick his favorites, and he'll pitch them to us right before we go into game number 3. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Golgari Elves and Golgari Midrange. On my side of things, becoming a bit more interactive. I'm hoping that the advantage that this deck can generate with Winding Way, Realm Walker, and even scrying off of Sylvan Anthem can help me play more of a straight-up mid-range game once I get some interaction. I've got some Fatal Pushes that deal with, I think, all of your threats.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lure stack, so even without what you calls it.
And then Reclamation Sage deals with construct tokens. It deals with Urza Saga itself sometimes, which can be a huge blowout.
Yeah.
It can also kill the Shadow Spear that was a big problem in those first 2 pre-cyber games. And then Scavenging Ooze is a nice standalone threat that can go toe-to-toe with Todd's threats. Can also, exile the Dark Blast. It can exile and shrink Tarmogoyfs. And then it can stop Witherbloom from rebuying specific lands. So a little bit of disruption there, but mainly they're mainly coming in to be a big standalone threat. I am cutting Quirion Ranger. I think it is the worst elf in the deck. There's not a ton to do with it, but it does just help you lower your land count and create that really high creature density to make Realm Walker and Winding Way work. Cutting the Crater of Behemoth because I'm just not, in the face of all of Todd's disruption, I'm not going to be able to generate that huge battlefield. I do still have Elvish War Master as a payoff if I do manage to do that, so Crater of not necessary here, and I think more of a liability in matchups where your opponents have lots of disruption. Just trimming 1 Nettle Sentinel, again, because I don't think I'm going to get that engine fully online. And then 1 Sylvan Anthem, a card that also gets worse in high removal matchups because your opponent can just kill all of your creatures. So I think trimming 1 there is fine. That also helps keep my creature count high since I am bringing in some Fatal Pushes.
All right, so for my side, Force of Despair, Injury Explosives. We saw Injury Explosives in that last game just be a complete blowout. Force of Despair, I think, is going to be similarly good because Ross's turns often involve playing at least 1, usually 2 creatures on the same turn, sometimes way more than that. And a single Force of Despair being able to essentially counterspell Ross's entire turn for 0 mana is crazy. So the Nile Spellbomb and the Life and Loam can come out. They don't really have much use in this matchup. Life and Loam's fine, but it's slow, and I don't think it's necessary because Ross's deck's not really good at like playing long, grindy games. He usually is comboing with Realm Walker instead of just like, putting 2 or 3 creatures on the battlefield every single turn. And we have the one drop that already does similar to what Life from Loam does, which is keep the chain going. I considered Collective Brutality and Assassin Trophy. I don't think Assassin Trophy is good because most of his creatures just make mana anyway. Collective Brutality, I can't really see myself doing an Escalate on either side of it. And when you don't plan on escalating ever, I don't think I would bring in Collective Brutality unless you're just like super desperate for anything.
Yeah, it doesn't even kill Realm Walker, which is my best creature anyway.
Yep. All right. What you got for us, Rob?
All right. So this question about the new Arlen Planeswalker we have.
Okay.
So 2 green red for a 4 loyalty Planeswalker with Daybound. So +1 on the front side. Until your next turn, you may cast creatures as though they had flash, and each creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. And -3 is create 2 green wolf creature tokens. The flip side is +2, add green red. When a 0 until end of turn, Arlen the Moon's Fury becomes a 5/5 werewolf creature with trample, indestructible, and haste. And not only just about this Planeswalker itself, but also paired with the legendary that we talked about earlier, the Tolvar. So do you think that'll be like a great engine in Standard?
I have a question. Can you play a card that's like, it's nighttime, and then you play Arlen, and it just automatically flips to the backside? Is that how that works? I don't actually know how the daytime, nighttime stuff works.
We haven't seen everything.
If it's nighttime and you can just cast Arlen for 4 and it becomes a 5/5 trample haste or whatever, I would say this is probably going to be great. I think the front half of Arlen has always been bad. The front half of Arlen is usually just like all your stuff gets haste or a small boost, and this is similar. Like all your stuff can be cast with flash. I don't really feel like that plus is a real ability. Now, the minus to make some wolves, that's good, but it's a huge minus, and, then what are you doing?
I think making 2/2/2s at 4 mana is fine.
Yeah.
Because you still have the Planeswalker around to get value out of. Yeah, I agree. I don't know exactly what the full rules are on the Daybound ability.
So
Daybound
Chad
keyword?
is telling me that according to the rules video that came out this morning, Nightbound cards will come in as the backside if it's night.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And do certain cards just tell you if it's day or night based on things that you've accomplished, I guess?
Well, they have the Daybound ability. So once you play a Daybound creature, then it's a day, right? And then if you do the
I
note,
don't believe we've seen any spells that say if it's day or if it's night do 2 different effects. I don't think unless
I bet we'll get some. I don't think we have, but
I just thought that's what Daybound and Nightbound was. Like, if it's night, this is Nightbound. If it's day, this is Daybound.
yeah.
Right? So, if you have a card that change, I think the default is Daybound for everything, and then you play something that makes, an area effect that is Nightbound. And once you do that, you can cast Arlen, and it becomes the backside immediately. Which I think, if that's the case, then it's pretty good.
Yeah. 4 mana 5/5 trample haste. If you manage to do that, is
And indestructible. You can't even kill or remove.
Yeah, because once you play a Daybound or Nightbound permanent, you get that token you have to keep track of for the rest of the game, I believe.
Okay, yeah, because it's kind of like being the Monarch or whatever.
Yeah. I have 1 land and 0 1-mana spells in my hand somehow.
Right. Anything else while we're shuffling up? We're both taking a mull to 6 here. Mine was not bad, but both my lands were one of each of the cycling lands, so they both enter tap. It's like, okay. And I didn't have removal, so a GG boys.
So this wasn't strictly from chat, but
That's
a
fine.
question about another legendary mythic that we saw today. Sigarda, Champion of Light, is 1 green white for a 4/4 legendary angel. Flying trample, humans you control get +1/+1, and then the new ability Coven. Whenever Sigarda attacks, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a human creature card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So I guess what do you think about that card, and then also just the Coven ability in general?
4 mana, 4/4 flying trample. That's fine on its own. It can't protect itself. If you play in a human's deck, it's not a human, so you lose some synergy on that. So I'm not a huge fan of the construction of the card itself. The Coven ability is weird. I feel like Coven should maybe trigger when it enters the battlefield and like checks then?
Different Coven abilities trigger at different times. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, the Coven ability, if are they always if you control 3 of different power?
Yes.
Oh, that's fine. Different checks at different times for that seems
You
great.
need to have 3 witches to make a Coven, right?
Yeah. Well, so you're telling me that like Isamaru Hound of Kanda can be a witch?
They can be part of a Coven, I guess.
That's true. It can.
Yeah. So I'm not high on the playability of the Coven mechanic. I think it's generally a win more, which you have if you have 3 creatures on the battlefield and you're doing things.
You have 3 other creatures on the battlefield. That's the big thing. Like with Sigarda specifically.
No,
right?
it's not other.
Does Sigarda count itself for Coven?
Looks like the ability just reads if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers. So I believe it does count itself.
Okay, that's fine then.
But with Sigarda, it's an attack ability, so you have to untap with Sigarda, have creatures of different power, and attack with it.
Yep.
I think the stats on it are good enough that it might still see some play, especially if you have enough humans. So it's that part of the card that is exciting to me, or at least I think more important to its playability, and Coven not very high on.
Yep. All right, I'm taking a look at my 6er here, and I think I have to keep, but I'm not in love.
Neither am I. I think I've got to put this one back.
You're up.
I will lead on a Windswept Heath. Go.
Okay. Fetch Swamp, play Inquisition. Hope I don't get Veil Summered.
No Veils in my sideboard. So one of the actual major benefits of all of these busted red cards in Modern is that you don't see many Veils because people just aren't playing Fatal Pushes and stuff.
Yeah.
Even the decks that have discard spells have all non-black removal, so Veil can only do so much.
Okay, so Dwighton that doesn't do anything, a Grist or a Realm Walker. Grist is probably the scariest of these because Realm Walker, because you don't have a mana engine going right now, I may have a chance to kill it, and I just don't think I can kill Grist at all, so get him out of here. You're up.
Elvish Warmaster.
That's pretty good.
You're up.
That's pretty good, too. All right, play Baba. Robert Confidant. Get it forced. So you can have your
18.
tokens or your Realm Walker, and I'll try to draw some answers, huh?
Well, I'm going to play Yavimaya and Dwynen's Elite, get 2 tokens, and then I will offer you a trade.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Probably going to take it, though. Yeah, so I'm at 16.
Yeah, you go to 16, I'm at 19. I'll pass the turn.
Robert. Ouchies. 14. Alright, so I'm going to use the Saga with green mana, thanks to your thing. And then I think I can play another Bob here and offer a trade and be fine with it. I don't really want to trade with my Grimflayer, so I'd rather that be a little bigger first. Reclaimer here, having the amount of toughness necessary to block a 1/1 token here is pretty cool.
Okay, play Verdant, tap it for actually, let's leave it untapped. I will play Realm Walker, name Elf, get a token.
It's only triggers once per turn.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I will play Llanowar Elves.
Okay.
And then I will attack for 2.
I will trade.
Pass the turn.
All right, reveal for Dark Confidant. Take 1. I'm at 13.
Yep.
It's actually pretty good because now I can play it and activate Saga. I'm going to take 2. Play
Puts you
another,
to 11.
And is it 2? Your turn.
Okay, I like Realm Walker and Warmaster living.
I mean, I can't do anything. I don't have removal. That's why I kept the Bobbies.
Okay, well...
Grist would be way bad here for me, I think, just because I wouldn't be able to actually get it off the table, and you would have killed this like first opportunity.
I've got to land on top, so I've got to crack this Verdant. I'm at 18.
All right, now all we need is land in hand, and 2 lands in hand, and land on top, and we're good.
Elvish Mystic, make an elf.
Let's do Summoning Sick and not.
Well, I could fetch this away to try to hit more elves, but it's a really good card. I am going to play this other Elvish Mystic from my hand.
Okay.
And I don't think I'll be attacking the... You can make the Reclaimers 3/4s. You wouldn't get a Construct, but there's just no real good attack at that point. So, and I'm pretty close to War Mastering. Actually, I can War Master next turn. I'll pass.
Okay. Construct.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it to do the Reclaimer. So, start with a Robert Witherbloom. That's not it. Not
That doesn't kill any of the good elves.
At 9. Draw for turn. Trigger.
Don't think you have any interactive piece with creatures to get with the Saga. That's one benefit of being either blue or red. You can get either Spellbomb or Pyrite.
Yeah.
It's a nice tool to have access to in a Saga deck.
All right, I'm going to make a green.
Once again, he's making green because of my Yavimaya. Todd's not conceding.
No, it's because my Witherbloom is going to mill your top 3 cards. And then I have to sweat again because you have a fetch land, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Okay. So we're going to go -1 this.
You need to tap.
Sure, sorry. So -1 this, mill you 3 and get back Saga.
Yep. Yeah, and Winding Way on top, which I think is Sylvan Anthem also.
And play Saga. So I can equip Shadowspear or play a creature. I have a bunch of blockers, though. It's not too bad. Let's see, I have sorcery, land, creature, so Grim Flare's not even turned on. It's a bummer. It's because I have my Saga again. I didn't even really need to do that, but... What was the card that I milled?
Winding Way, Lair of the Hydra, Land Rails.
Oh, cool. I'm going to play a Dark Confidant.
Okay. So you have 5 blockers.
Alright, here you go.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're at 9. So you need to block with 4 of them to live. So you can double block something. That doesn't mean you'd be able to... I guess you'd be able to kill the War Master. But you would lose your entire board.
I don't know what I was supposed to do, man. You know?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if I want to start casting things on my turn. I know what I'm drawing.
I mean, you should just activate an attack with 6 creatures, right?
Yeah, I think that's my plan. So, got 7 mana, activate War Master, and get in there.
Alright, so how much do I take if I leave a Bob? What's the most?
You have to block 4 creatures, because you're at 9.
Alright, so... And this, if I left 2 unblocked...
You can leave 2 creatures unblocked.
6, and I'd be at 3, and then Bob probably not kill me. But I don't think I'm beating any... I don't think I can kill everything.
Maybe engineered explosives.
What, on 0? And I still am kind of in trouble. Alright, whatever. I'll go to 3. I'm going to leave a Bob.
How are you blocking?
1, 2, 3, 4, take 6. I was at 9, I'm at 3.
Okay.
None of these have trample, right?
No, but they have Death Touch.
Okay.
So all your things die, none of my things die?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Well, all my stuff's small. I don't even have 3 lanes in the graveyard.
Yeah. I was thinking you would like double block the War Master and chump a bunch, go to 3 still. You wouldn't have the Dark Confidant, but the War Master be gone.
I just want to concede.
And then you can EE away the tokens and have 3 creatures left that you have to deal with at 3 life. So
okay,
if you have,
let's do that.
Yeah. So you double block with the 2 Dark Confidants on the War Master, chump 3 other creatures,
Too late. Too late. All right.
Okay.
I was trying to play fast because I want to try to do 5 since we've done
Well,
best of 5.
it's already 351s. We're not going to get.
Oh, well, we can play one more fast one.
Yeah, it's got to be fast and loose though.
That's fine. That's where I shine.
Well,
I get to be on the play.
you saw what happens when in that game when Todd can't kill the payoffs.
Yeah, when Realm Walker gets to untap, it's usually bad news. And I had a choice between letting Grist untap or letting Realm Walker untap, and maybe I chose poorly. Maybe Grist isn't as threatening as I thought, but my hand was just all creatures, so
Yeah.
I guess it's a huge minus. And like you don't get to just -1 every turn like old Duretti.
Well, the War Caller then would have been a really good draw to protect Grist and provide fodder for it.
All right, I'm gonna keep mine.
Keep. I guess
It's a
that is
weird
the
one.
fast and loose thing to do.
Yeah, what do you want to do? Mulligan when we have 8 minutes left?
Yeah, I'll keep.
All right, bobble myself. I want to draw that one. Not really. Fetch Overgrown Tomb and pass turn. I'm going to draw a card.
Overgrown Tomb just untapped.
Yeah, I have a Baronmore. / Fatal Push.
Well,
Is a Baronmore.
I'm not going to run a creature into a removal spell, so I'll just play Verdant Catacombs and pass.
Why would you not just... You should always play into stuff. Because I will always have it. All right, so draw for Bobble.
It's about making your mana awkward.
Draw for
Okay.
Baronmore.
You have the Baronmore.
Draw for turn.
There's a very specific set of circumstances that makes me want to make this play.
Inquisition you.
So yeah, because I had 2 1-drops, I could Fatal Push when you play a 2-drop creature. You Inquisitioning me here, which I think you would have done if you had it, is very punishing. But
Yeah, I still think I'd take... I'm going to take Realm Walker this time. I'm going to try... no, I'll take Grist again.
okay,
I'm going to play Reclaimer.
I will go to 19. Do I want to take 2 to maybe be able to draw a 1-drop and play it next turn? I don't think so. I'm just gonna take 1.
All right, 17, 19.
I will play Elvish Mystic and Fatal Push your Reclaimer.
Okay,
Pass turn.
draw. I'm going to play Dark Confidant and Overgrown Tomb. Here you go. So I played the Reclaimer out into the push and didn't take push because I assumed that the Reclaimer was dangerous enough, but my goal was to ultimately take one of his payoffs and get my Confidant online.
Okay. Realm Walker, name Elf.
No 1-drop.
Metal Set.
Damn it.
You can go.
All right, Bobby.
You're at 16.
Yep. Inquisition you. See what that last one is.
So Dwynen's Elite.
That's good. Pulse this thing.
That's not good.
Go. I'm at 17, right?
You at 16.
16.
Took 1 from the Reeling the Inquisition.
Yep. And that's why you double check.
Yeah, attack for 3.
13.
Play Verdant Catacombs and pass.
Take 0. Grimflayer and Tarmogoyf. And I think I'm actually going to need the Tranquil Thicket mana for the Loris next turn. And I don't have Loam in my deck anymore anyway. So
like a 6/7
and I have the Bob
glyph.
going. Attack for 2.
Land, sorcery, creature, instant, planeswalker, artifact.
Yep. All right, you're up.
Attack
the only
for
thing
2
we don't
puts
have
me
is
to-
enchantment from Saga yet.
Yeah, puts me to 18. No, this doesn't untap. It will when I cast this Grist, but
Yup. What's popping? Or are you locking?
Again, the Grist isn't going to stay around. I'm just trying to think how I win this game. Do I win by leaving some elves in play and stalling until I hit Realm Walker? Or do I win by, do I have to kill this Dark Confidant? I still have to worry about this Luris.
I think you have to kill the biggest thing because
Yeah, and I'm under a
because
lot of
Loris.
pressure on my life total.
Yeah.
So do I just kill the Tarmogoyf? And
This is still 2/2.
you have sorcery, land, artifact, creature.
Oh, I have artifact. Okay, sorry, I missed it. You right.
Yeah, so I guess I cast the Grist with the Elvish Mystic, not that it matters.
Done.
Yeah, I'll kill the Goyf. I think it just buys me the most time.
All right, so now you have that. Let's go this at Grist only. And then I'll do this and say go.
Play Dwynen's Elite, get an elf.
Mm-hmm.
Play Yavimaya and pass the turn.
All right, I'm gonna look at your top card, I guess. Okay,
Is it good?
that's pretty good actually. I shouldn't tell him because he has fetch lands in play. That's the trick. Always ask. Draw for bobble. Draw for crap.
Bobble's upkeep, so you can bobble first.
Okay, and then
Then reveal you're at 12.
okay, good call. Good call. I can stack them however I want.
Yep.
He said, annoyingly. Okay. Exposes for 1 and pop it. Play Tarmogoyf.
Yep.
And attack for 4.
I'll go to 14.
Trigger.
Yep. Not looking good, kids.
Saga in the graveyard.
So now we have a 7/8 Tarmogoyf, which can't even be.
We don't. Tarmodie not good enough. Yeah. Here we go.
Let's put a +1/+1 counter on our die. And you know the top card.
Yeah. And I did say that it was okay, but it's not that good
Yeah.
for this instance. Sure.
And we'll play it though. Pass the turn.
All right. I'm going to a Dark Blast your Lane Runner again. All right. Top card is a Saga. Draw for turn. Play Saga. Maelstrom Pulse this thing. Tab this for black from the Urborg.
Yeah. All of our lands are bayous.
And then let me just can play one more thing and then smoosh.
Yep.
I'm gonna play an Engineering Explosives for 1. And crouch.
I will trade for the Luris and take 12.
7, 11,
Or
10,
13.
13.
Yeah. I go to 1.
Okay.
And you gain 3 to 15.
And I'll trigger the flare.
No idea what I can draw. Certainly not another Elvish War Master.
Is that okay?
I'm dead.
Yeah! Yay! Kings of both days of the same deck all 3 times!
This
That was
didn't-
fun.
Yeah, the Golgari deck looked good.
Yeah, it did. I swear these aren't supposed to be like, hey, check out this deck or whatever. Ross is just bad. You know? I don't know what else to tell you. I'm just playing. Ross is great. Just like all y'all at home watching are great. But I'm done. I'm tired. I'm gonna go take a nap. Just gonna roll around in a bed. I'm just gonna pour these all over my bed. Just roll around on them. You
That
can have
sounds
them back. next
Very
week.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not good. It's a foam mattress though, so it's not as bad as you think.
That's the worst idea I've ever heard. Okay. Yeah, not any huge takeaways. The Golgari deck just looked good.
Okay, I have some takeaways from the Golgari deck.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go one by one. How much time do we have? Negative
We're-
2 minutes?
yeah.
Okay, so first of all,
quick thoughts.
the one of Pithy Needle. No, I'm just kidding. The Force of Despair actually looked great. That was the only thing that really caught my attention. There's a lot of decks in the format that kind of explode on the battlefield over the course of like one big turn, and just that card alone just single-handedly just dumpstered twice when I cast it. And even when it wasn't taking away like multiple creatures, like killing a Tarmogoyf or killing a Scion of Draco or something like that for free while you're trying to like manage your mana with Urza Saga. You're just so resource rich all the time with raw stuff that sometimes it's okay to just discard a extra Thoughtseize or whatever and just kill a creature for free so that you have the time to actually gain full value out of all your stuff like your Elvish Reclaimers.
Yeah, Reclaimer, Urza Saga, a lot of mana intensive cards.
Like, literal first thing I would do is add a second one to the deck. I don't know if it's one main and one sideboard, but like that card was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you did play against 3 creature decks, so.
Well, what decks in the format don't have creatures in them?
Oh, well, the mid-range decks are more creature light, and the control decks are picking up. Tron is around. Even a deck like Burn, like I guess it'd be pretty good against Burn, actually. Can you imagine being able to just kill their turn 1 Goblin Guide? Especially after it gave you a land. So you're not even down cards?
Yeah, so it sounds good. So you're agreeing with me.
It's good against Goblin Guide.
Okay. So that we agree. It's good.
It's good in a large number of matchups. I don't know if I would main deck it, but yeah, Golgari deck looked really good. Rough week for me here on Versus, but
I mean, this is why I left in the first place. I just wasn't challenged, I'm just kidding. No, it was really fun to be back. I had a blast.
Yeah.
I hope Cedric keep asking me to be on, or I guess Corey keep taking weeks off for rivals or whatever.
Yeah, doing whatever
please.
you do. Okay, we're already over time, so we're gonna thank some subs, thank some sponsors, and get on out of here.
All right, you do it all.
Well, step 1 is Rob.
Okay.
All right, one of everybody's favorite subscribers today, Papa John's napkins.
Yes,
So for
dude.
41 months.
Papa John's napkins was one of the first people who subscribed when we first started doing subscriptions for Versus Live, and it's just going strong.
Yep. So thank you to them and all of our other subs.
Excellent. And if you'd like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SCG Premium. $7.99 a month will get you access to exclusive content from our fabulous staff of content creators, as well as some other perks, being 5% off of sealed product, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
All right. You can also check out the new set, Innistrad Midnight Hunts, coming out in just under a month. We have preview cards going up. Those are going to be up for pre-order pretty soon, but right now you can definitely get sealed product pre-ordered if you go to starcitygames.com/preview. Previews with an S, with a plural?
With an
Previews.
S.
Okay. starcitygames.com/previews. You can check out all the Midnight Hunt stuff. There's a lot of new cards going up in the next couple hours probably. So.
Yep. And if you need to pick up a little extra cash, update your collection to get these sweet new cards from Innistrad Midnight Hunt, do always keep in mind that Star City Games will buy your cards, and the process has never been easier because there's so many ways to do it. You can use the buy list feature on the website. You can mail your cards into SCG and let them do the work for you. You can make an appointment and come into the store to do your business in person. And if your collection is big enough, you can make an appointment and have Star City Games come to you. So pick whichever works best for your situation. And always remember that when you're trading in for store credit, you will get a 30% bonus.
Yep. You can also check out the weekly sale. StarCityGames.com has a sale every week, and it's always the same link. It's link at StarCityGames.com/sale. This week's sale is all about non-basic lands. All non-basic lands throughout all of Magic are 10% off. 15% off.
Better.
Excuse me. Even better. And you can check all those out right now. And it resets. This time it's going to reset Tuesday instead of Monday because Monday's a holiday and Labor Day. So we have an extra day for the non-basic land sale, but a new sale will start on Tuesday.
Yep. So get in your orders for cool non-basic lands, complete your cubes, complete some decks while you can. Still got a few days for that. And last but not least, we would like to thank our sponsor, Coalesce Apparel. If you like the shirts that we wear, you can find their entire collection of t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers at coalesceapparel.shop. And use the gift code SCG when checking out, and you'll get 10% off of your purchase there. You broke the curse of the mana shirts too.
Well, that's because y'all look. I'm telling you, y'all are just bad. Okay, y'all make up rules like, oh, if you wear the mana flood shirt, you're just gonna get super unlucky all day. You know what I did? I played a deck where it's okay to flood. Okay, so maybe use your curses to your advantage. That's what all smart wizards do, Ross.
I'll keep that in mind for next week's show. Corey and I will be back at our regular time next Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, and be probably playing with some Innistrad Midnight Hunt cards.
Oh, yeah.
Going to be
new standard.
Yeah, really excited for next week. Gonna get to play some standard without Lovestruck Beast for the first time in 2 years. It's gonna be great. So you're going to want to catch that, like I said, Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, right here at twitch.tv/StarCityGames. But that's going to be it for us. So for Rob, for Todd, I'm Ross. We will see you next time.